It is a beautiful day for baseball here in Clifton. Cincinnati Bearcats set to take on the Canisus Golden Eagles here on Bearcast Sports Radio. Aidan Riggs joined alongside Jack Ritchie. Jack, we got a great one today.
Yeah, the Bearcats coming off of a great win back on Tuesday evening, and the Bearcats trying to start off the homestand this weekend with another win against the Canisus Golden Griffins. Obviously, this Canisus team 0-6. They've started it off kind of rough this year at NC State, as well as James Madison. But to be honest, this team is a lot more competitive than they are on the stat sheet. They are at the top of the Metro Athletic Conference almost, it seems, every single year. So they're going to give Cincinnati a bit of a challenge today.
As you mentioned, the Bearcats enter today 6-6 on the year. Big midweek victory against Toledo coming on Tuesday, 7-5 win, including back-to-back homers from Tommy O'Connor and Landon Vitterick.
Yeah, they've been really hot. It's really been the top of the Cincinnati lineup all season long so far. Carrington Cross, obviously, the crown jewel of those top four hitters, batting .361 so far this season. But they're going to have to keep it up, especially going into Big 12 play if Cincinnati wants to keep on winning.
Kellen O'Connor will get the start today for the Bearcats. He enters today with a 1.86 ERA, 9.2 innings pitched on the season. He's allowed 2 earned runs in that span, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. He's allowed 2 home runs.
Yeah, he's been really good. He's been the ace for the Bearcats this season, and he gets one here in a cold start. Could be a little bit different than the other 3 that he had in the warm weather on the West Coast, but the Bearcats are hoping that their pitching staff this weekend continues to be pretty efficient.
You know, you talk about this Golden Griffins team. It's a team that is a lot better than the record says. They are 0-6, but we were talking about it pregame. First 17 games started out on the road for them.
Yeah, 17 straight. Being the away team is obviously no easy feat, but even through the 6 games to start the season, they've been outscored 48-11. They've just not been able to get the bat on the ball in a consistent amount. But one bright spot for this lineup is Bennett Cox, who won the Metro Athletic Conference Rookie of the Week last week. He was batting .417 in the leadoff spot for the Golden Griffins, so he can be a spark plug for this team going into this series.
Now, you mentioned Carrington Cross earlier. The star is back and fully healthy in this Bearcats lineup. What impact have you seen throughout the first part of the season for him?
Well, we saw when he was not playing against UNLV, the team just struggled to score runs in bunches. But Carrington Cross, even though he didn't get a 3-hit day like O'Connor did, he was really just putting the ball all over the yard. He had about 2 lineouts all the way to the warning track on the right side on Tuesday evening, and he can just be so good. He can hit the ball everywhere. He has good speed, and he's also great on defense.
So as the managers do meet at home plate to exchange starting lineups, we will announce the starting lineups first here for Canisus. Leading it off for them will be that freshman star, Bennett Cox, in left field. Batting second for them is designated hitter Ronan Glassford. Batting third, J.C. Spinoza, the shortstop. Batting fourth in cleanup is Trent Rumley, the third baseman. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Josh Niles. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Eric Weeks. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Caden Miller. Batting eighth, the catcher, Thomas Zarecki. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Andrew Marcello. And pitching for them is Peyton Consigigli.
Yeah, and Consigigli has kind of struggled so far this season in making his 3rd start on the year, only 8 1/3 pitch, but 13 hits allowed, 10 earned runs, and 8 walks in only 8 innings of work. He's kind of struggled to get guys out, especially against the Cincinnati lineup, who has some really good hitters throughout their team. Obviously, Loudon Brooks will be back at second base, replacing Christian Mitchell. So that's a big get-back for Cincinnati, but it's going to be really, really interesting to see what he's going to be able to do against a Big 12 lineup.
Now we talk about this Bearcats lineup. Here is the starters for the Bearcats. Leading it off at third base is Carrington Cross. Batting second at DH, Tommy O'Connor. Batting third in right field will be Landon Vitterick. Catching for the Bearcats and batting cleanup will be Jack Natilli. Batting fifth at first base, Dawson Hocuff. Batting sixth in left field, Cal Sefcik. Batting seventh, re-entering the lineup is Loudon Brooks. At shortstop, batting eighth is Charlie Niehaus. Batting ninth, the center fielder Donovan Ford, and on the mound is number 51, Kellen O'Connor.
Yeah, just like I talked about a little bit ago, this team just has a lot of really good hitters. Even Jack Natilli, who's in that 4-hole, who's been really good this season. We saw him really do most of his damage against UC San Diego, but still batting .333, one of the highest averages on the team. So this Bearcats team, they really need to get out to a hot start against Canisius, they've a team that's really gotten themselves in holes early all season long. So the Bearcats, who on Wednesday had the lead for the entire game against Toledo, they have to try to do the same thing here.
49 degrees here in Cincinnati. You played a lot of baseball in your life. I was talking to head coach Jordan Bischel. He mentioned when playing in the cold, it affects the batters more than the pitchers. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it'll be tough for pitchers to get pitches off? Do you think it'll be tougher for the batters?
I mean, obviously I'm biased being a former pitcher, but I think definitely it's all about just getting loose. And being a pitcher, I think the relief guys will have the hardest time, just in my past experience, getting warm quickly in the cold. It's a lot harder to get warm at a very fast pace. But even the batters, just like you said, it'll be tough for them to be able to get their bats hot. Obviously on a colder day, we saw it was a little bit warmer on Tuesday that got the ball out, but the wind's blowing out to center field today, so I don't think there should be any problem with the batters getting hits today, but the cold will definitely be a factor overall.
Bearcats inching their way towards their first Big 12 play. We mentioned next week they are heading to Arizona to kick off the Big 12 season. 4-game stint here against Canisus, and then a midweek game against rival Miami of Ohio. So the Bearcats take the field. We're getting ready to get underway here from UC Baseball Stadium. Got some fun games left on the schedule as well, with teams still coming to town. Arizona State in April will make this way into UC Baseball Stadium.
Yeah, I actually saw Arizona State play against Ohio State in their opening day, and Arizona State has a lot of stars. They have a lot of talent all around. They have one of their pitchers, I can't name off the top of my head, but he was a Golden Spikes preseason finalist. So one of the best pitchers in baseball. It'll be definitely interesting to see, obviously, in the second season of Big 12 play, what the Bearcats are able to do. Obviously, we saw them ranked in the top 25 just a little short time span ago before dropping some games on the West Coast. But this Big 12 is kind of wide open. Oklahoma State came in at 25, which is the highest ranked Big 12 team in this last week's most recent poll. But the Bearcats have a better chance at claiming the title as anyone in the conference.
Kellen O'Connor takes the mound, gets his warm-up in before we get things going underway for first pitch. The Bearcats take the field. White pants, red jerseys, red caps. Canisus, gray pants, navy blue caps with navy blue jerseys. So Kellen O'Connor on the mound. Talk about the ace for the Bearcats. You want to break down his pitch repertoire a little bit for us here before we get things going?
Yeah, Kellen O'Connor kind of tops out at 92, dips down to 89, but uses his fastball a lot, about 57% of the time. And obviously with that arm action, especially from the left-handed arm slot, it's definitely hard to pick up on that. He also throws a changeup about 79 to 82. Doesn't use it as much, but usually uses it when he's ahead in counts. Also has a slider that goes from 79 to 82. Same kind of thing, short movement, but can use it a little bit, and then his sinker uses it 12%. So mainly a fastball pitcher from Kellen O'Connor. It'll be interesting to see how Canisius will be able to catch up with that today.
Jordan Bischel talked about Kellen O'Connor developing his pitch count as well as the season goes on. A little bit lower to start off the season than he would have liked. Continuing to develop, though. Expect a longer outing from him tonight. Did hear that potential run rule is in play if this game was to get out of hand with a double header. Second game will start around 30 to 45 minutes after this one concludes. So Bennett Cox going to lead things off for Canisus. O'Connor will step back on the mound. We're ready to play baseball here in Cincinnati.
And these first three hitters for Canisius, it'll be interesting to see how they are able to adjust to O'Connor's velocity here in the first inning.
O'Connor winds, slow kick. We're underway. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0 count.
I saw in the Toledo game on Tuesday, the main thing was, obviously you were here too, that the UC pitchers would get behind a little bit, and that would kind of lead to where the most damage was done by the other team. We're getting in those 2-0, 2-1 counts for the hitters. That's when they do the most damage. So, and already after two straight balls here from Kellen O'Connor, already a hitter's count for the best hitter for Canisius.
Cox stepping in, batting .417 on the season. Fouls that one away, gets to a 2-1 count. As you mentioned, freshman of the week in the Mid-Atlantic American Conference. Canisus coming out of Buffalo, cold weather climate. Share a field with the Buffalo Bulls out of the MAC. 2-1 is in. That one's flew into right field. Getting underneath it, making the catch. 1 out. That was Landon Vitterick.
Yeah, good pitch there. Already down 2-0 in the count, but you get a foul ball and then are able to get an off-speed pitch outside. Doesn't get the hands extended. It leads to the first out of the game.
It's going to bring Glassford into the box with one down in the inning. Glassford's batting .273 on the year and on-base percentage of .304. OPS of .577. O'Connor kicks. First pitch is in. Misses just high. Fastball got past him 1-0.
It'll be really important, too, for O'Connor. The first pitch strikes will definitely be a factor today to depend on his outing. You get a lot of first pitch strikes, you're going to be able to be on the mound for quite a bit.
Caught big swing and a miss on that pitch from O'Connor. 1-1 count. Talk about this Canisus lineup. A couple of the batting averages are lower than you'd expect this far in the season. Only one guy batting above 300, and that's Cox at .417. The 1-1 misses outside. That's 2-1.
Definitely can see the cold weather affecting O'Connor here, though, in the first two batters with his off-speed pitch. He's kind of pulling his arm a little bit, not allowing the ball to travel.
2-1, that's outside. Make count go 3-1. Talk about getting off to a hot start. You need O'Connor to settle in quick here. 3-1 count to Glassford. Pitch on the way. That's going to be outside for ball 4.
Yeah, not a good start for O'Connor. Walk in the second batter of the game. Just like I said, though, that was a fastball that missed about 4 balls inside. I mean, he just not been able to get that fastball going so far. Obviously, the game just started, so he can kind of ease into it a little bit. But for O'Connor, the biggest thing that he needs to do is get ahead on these hitters, especially these top 4.
So runner on first. Spinoza steps into the box. One down in the inning. First pitch to him. That goes across the plate for a strike. 0-1 count to him. Spinoza, the sophomore from Pennsylvania. Playing shortstop today for the Golden Griffins. O'Connor looks over. Pitch on the way. That's sent towards the shortstop. One hops him. Double play ball potentially. They got it. Double play is made by Charlie Niehaus. That retires the side.
A good pitch by O'Connor. Good job by Niehaus reading the ball, not allowing him to get a bad bounce on him, and then the runner had no chance at the throw, turning the double play, and they get out of the jam early.
1-2-3 inning for Kellen O'Connor to start things off. We'll be back shortly with the bottom of the first here. Knotted at 0. Bottom of the first here from UC Baseball Stadium. 1-2-3 inning to start it off from Kellen O'Connor. Now the Bearcats will step up to the plate. They'll be met by Peyton Consigli, the senior from Fonthill, Ohio. The right-hander steps up to the mound for Canisus. Comes into the game with a 10.8 ERA. He's 0-2 on the season with 8.1 innings to his name. He's allowed 10 runs, all of them earned, 9 strikeouts on the season.
Yeah, I was just talking to you just off the air. For Consigli, it's going to be really important. Just like O'Connor, you got to get ahead on these Cincinnati batters, especially these first 4 that have been doing the most damage throughout this season so far. And you don't want to get behind already in the first inning. You want to be able to throw strikes and it'll be interesting to see what he does against Cincinnati's best hitter.
As you mentioned, the best hitter for the Bearcats, Carrington Cross, going to lead it off for him. He's batting .361 on the season, OPS of .966, 13 hits and 36 at-bats, 2 home runs and a double, along with 2 steals. Cross steps in. Consigli on the mound, winds, kicks. Here comes the pitch. That's fouled off into the construction site. Off of the first baseline. 0-1 count to Cross.
Carrington green light on the first pitch of the game. So it'll be really interesting what Bishop told these guys just on their approach wise against a guy that kind of struggles to hit his strike zone with, we saw already 8 walks through 8 innings.
0-1 on the way, big swing and a miss on that high breaking ball from Cross. It'll be an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, Consigli though, big guy, 6'5" frame, and throwing a breaking ball right there at the letters, it's tough to pick up.
Consigli sets on the mound, winds, kicks, here comes the 0-2. Cross the plate, misses just outside. Breaking ball on the outside, makes it 1-2. Carrington Cross, of course, has battled some injuries to start off the season, back in the lineup. The 1-2 pitch to him, that's outside, missed the same spot. Fastball that time makes it go 2-2.
And good eye there from Cross. Already going down 0-2, but getting 2 straight balls, kind of getting it back into his favor here. He's going to have to challenge him with a fastball soon.
2-2 count to Cross. Kick, pitch. That one's hit deep to left field, flying out towards the warning track to the wall. That's off the top of it. Carrington Cross is going to be in with a double. He might challenge for 3. He will. Into third base he goes. Slides. He's safe with no throw. Leadoff triple to start off the game for Carrington Cross.
Yeah, Consigli hung a changeup right down Broadway. Carrington Cross just absolutely destroyed it. And just like I said pregame, that wind carrying out the center field goes off the base of the wall. And a great at-bat for Cross to start off the day.
101 off the bat. Traveled 380 in the air. Runner in scoring position to start things off for the power-hitting lefty Tommy O'Connor.
That's why Carrington's in the leadoff spot right there. You get it started, and now Tommy O'Connor, who had a 3-hit day back on Tuesday, hopefully can stay hot.
2 home runs on the season for O'Connor. The first pitch to him misses outside. 1-0 count to him. O'Connor's batting .283 on the season. OPS of .855. He's batting .200 with runners in scoring position. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss on that one. Swung on top of the breaking ball. 1-1 count.
And I know it can be so discouraging for a pitcher, especially in the start. First at bat of the game, there's a big-time hit like that, so it'll be interesting how he can bounce back.
1-1, misses low. Makes it go 2-1. Do mention O'Connor had the home run on Tuesday against Toledo. Last season, he homered in back-to-back games in 5 different times. Can he do it today as well? 2-1, goes across the zone. Makes it go even 2-2.
I will say Consigli's doing a good job at tunneling his pitches so far. A lot of the changeups, sliders, and fastballs all are kind of staying down except for that one pitch to Cross.
Consigli kicks the pitch. The 2-2 is fouled into the Canisus dugout. We'll stay at 2-2.
And good job by O'Connor fighting off that pretty good off-speed pitch just below the zone. Believe it was a slider right at the knees. So for a big power-hitting guy like Tommy, that's a good job to spoil that away.
Of course, plate discipline, one of the big keys of Bishop ball, is the swing and a miss on that one at one of the dirt. Gonna have to throw down. Carrington thought about heading home, instead stays at third. Throw down, gets O'Connor. 1 down in the inning, runner stays at third.
Yeah, good pitch there in the dirt. Got him with the back foot slider for Tommy O'Connor, and it actually looks like the off-speed pitch is for Consigli is actually working pretty well so far. Just like I said, just mixing up his speed, mixing up his arm slot, gets the K there after the leadoff triple.
So coming into the 3 hole is Landon Viderick, the junior, batting .270 on the season with 9 RBIs. That one's sent towards left field. That one might bloop down. Carrington Cross is going to head home on that one. RBI single for Landon Viderick.
Great, just a great piece of hitting there for Viderick. Bloops it right over the shortstop's head or off the end of the bat, but sometimes that's all you got to do, RBI single.
Bearcats take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. 1 down in the inning with the runner on first for Jack Natilli. The catcher, batting .333 on the season. OPS of .962. He's batting .389 with runners on base. Natilli, of course, the transfer from Rutgers. 5 home runs in the season last year, go along with 18 RBIs. Guy who Bishel is very high on coming into the season. Talking about one of the big transfers they got in the portal. Knew he'd have an immediate impact. He's already shown it with his average being that high in 330.
Yeah, he's just a 5-tool player. I mean, he can just hit it all over the yard. I saw it on that West Coast trip. He was able to, get base hits, but also he had the power to hit it out, and that's why he's in the 4-hole. He's just a dynamic player.
1-0 count to him. Pitch big swing and a miss on that one. 81-mile-an-hour breaking ball.
Yeah, dangerous pitch though by Consigli, having a change up there at the top of the zone. If you don't get some good spin on it, which that was just under 2,000 RPM, that can be hit out of the yard.
1-1 count. That one's going to go just across the inside of the plate. It'll be 1-2 to Tilly. Check back over at Viderick. Not in time, as the fans don't love that check over. One of the interesting things of college baseball, there being no limit on how many times you can check over a runner on base. Viderick takes off on that one. Check swing, didn't go. Throw is in the dirt, though, and Viderick's then sliding.
Yeah, no chance by the catcher right there. They're going to say that Natelli went on the check swing, so there'll be 2 outs, but easy stolen base there.
So a strikeout for Natelli, but the runner advances to second. Runner in scoring position for Hocuff.
Runner in scoring position now for Hocuff, so hopefully the Bearcats can get 2 runs here in this opening inning, but good job by Consigli, though. 2 Ks now on the inning. His off-speed pitches are working.
Hocuff will step up, batting .240 on the season. OPS of 962 or 692, rather. Sorry. First pitch on the way. Down misses low and in for ball 1.
I've also noticed Consigli's done a good job, kind of unlike O'Connor, just getting first pitch strikes. I think that was the first at bat where he hasn't gotten one.
It's the 11th stolen base of the season for Viderick. It's a mid-size leadoff second. The pitch is on the way. That's sent opposite field, down the left field line. Into the corner it goes. Viderick's going to score. Heading to second will be Hocuff. RBI double for Hocuff, and the Cats lead by 2.
Beautiful piece of hitting, just getting his hands extended and sending it down the opposite field line, and that gets down for an RBI, and the Cats will score 2 in the first.
Talk about wanting the hot start, and the Cats have delivered. 3 hits, 2 runs already. Chance to do more damage with the runner on second. It's Cal Sefcik will step into the box. 7 RBIs already on the season for Sefcik. He's batting .205 overall. He's batting .267 as runners in scoring position. Strike goes across the outside part of the zone. 0-1 count to him. Cal, of course, the transfer from Indiana. Big swing and a miss on that one. Count goes 0-2.
Yeah, slider is pulling the string on it a couple times down below that zone, and when you get by the knees, that's where it's going to be most effective, and Consigli's done a good job in this first inning with the slider.
Decent size leadoff second for Hocuff. 0-2's on the way. That one misses low. Breaking ball in the dirt. Runner stays at second. We talked about how active the dugout was for the Bearcats on Tuesday. Still being loud today as well.
Yeah, throughout their game, they've really have almost like chances things. It's kind of interesting, almost like high school baseball in that sense, but kind of bringing that energy can be the difference from one team to another.
1-2 missed outside. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for the Bearcats as well. Sets on the mound, kicks, here comes the pitch. That one's low in the dirt. Full count with 2 outs to Cal Sefcik.
Now big at bat here for Sefcik. Full count. You can try to get a walk and get another guy up there. Already with 1 runner in scoring position. Way to work your way back after going down 0-2 with 3 straight balls.
Consigli looks in. Sets on the mound. Here comes the 3-2. Kicks, pitch, fouled right back at us off the screen. Do 3-2 once again.
A lot of spin on that foul ball, but way to spoil it right at the top of the zone on his hands. Able to get new life now.
Sefcik battling. 7th pitch of the at-bat incoming. Consigli sets. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off again. We'll have the 8th pitch coming up.
Yeah, and you know Coach Bishel loves that. Getting an at-bat here where you can force 8 pitches, but getting a full count, also just spoiling off great pitches, as that was an off-speed pitch right outside the zone. Great job at getting a piece of it.
25-plus pitch inning for Consigli. Comes 26, that was low. Ball 4, be 2 runners on for the Bearcats with 2 outs. And Loudon Brooks will step into the box.
Great at-bat from Cal Sefik there. I mean, 8-pitch at-bat like you just said, drawing the walk now. Now 2 men on now here for Loudon Brooks in his first game back.
Brooks battling injuries. He was listed as day-to-day on Tuesday for the Toledo game. He's going to step in, batting .375 on the season. OPS even 1,000. 3 RBIs as well. Runners on first and second. First pitch is into him. That's in for a strike. Breaking ball hung in the zone. You mentioned that. He's hanging a lot of these 80-mile-an-hour breaking balls. Pretty high in the zone.
Yeah, his sliders have actually been very, very spotted up. But, again, like that changeup right at the letters can be so dangerous, especially at kind of a lower velocity for a changeup at 80 miles per hour as he gets the strike there at 0-2. But if you throw that to a guy like Carrington Cross like we saw, it'll be trouble.
0-2 count to Brooks. Runners on first and second. Slight shift to the infield towards the left. Kicks, pitch, that's low. Breaking ball in the dirt. Be 1-2.
Pretty sure that was a changeup again. But he's kind of just missing with the changeup. It's either in the dirt or it's high. And that sweet spot's right at the knees. So it'll be interesting to see how he can throw that in the following innings.
Consigli sets on the mound, kicks the 1-2. That's fouled off into the construction site. Do 1-2 again. Now, something that's been missing from the first 2 games of the season here at UC Baseball Stadium that was prominent last year was the sound effects on foul balls. You weren't here. They had a crazy array of sound effects that they'd play after every single foul ball. 1-2 to Brooks. Consigli kicks, that one's fouled off.
Yeah, I think
1-2 again.
I've heard a lot of the sound effects like when I've been to obviously like the Reds and the Akron Rubber Ducks back from where I'm from, but you know, maybe they're, you know, it's early in the season. Maybe they're just still getting warmed up there in the press box.
We haven't had a windshield breaking sound effect yet.
Yeah.
The classic one. 1-2 to Brooks. That one's in the dirt, made it go 2-2. Breaking ball missed way outside and low. It's one of the slowest we've seen yet, too, 76.
Yeah, whenever pitchers try to locate their pitches, they can slow down the velocity to try to spot it up. But there, obviously, just the changeup has just not been there for Consigli in this opening inning.
2-2, 2 outs to Brooks. Pitches in, swing and a miss. That'll retire the side. The Bearcats do damage in the bottom of the first. Put up 2 as they take a 2-0 lead over Canisus. We'll be back with the top of the second shortly here on Bearcast Sports Radio.
Top of the second inning as the Bearcats lead it 2-0 over the Canisus Golden Griffins, as Trent Romley will get it started here in the second inning. Kellen O'Connor retired the side on 3 batters. Obviously the double play at the end of the first inning as he sets to work. First pitch is going to be just off the outside corner, ball 1.
Talk about that hot start. We mentioned it at the top of the first. The Bearcats answered in the bottom of the first as well, getting 2 on the board. Giving O'Connor something to work with here in the top half.
Fastball right in the inside corner, strike 1. First strike of the inning for O'Connor. Trent Rumley, the senior out of Coransville, New York, one of the lower averages on the team, as O'Connor will throw that one, and that'll miss high and out. Rumley only at 5'7", kind of a stockier size, as O'Connor will fire that one's on the hands, jammed and foul ball straight back, 2-2. Kind of like you said, O'Connor getting that insurance by his hitters after scoring 2 runs in the first inning definitely helps with his confidence quite a bit, having that 2-run cushion. Here's the 2-2 from O'Connor. Fouled away, spoils off a changeup outside.
You know, playing in these conditions too, I would think that it has to be a good feeling. You got that help from your offense on the mound, because you mentioned it's not easy for a pitcher to pitch in the cold. Going up against a lineup like Canisus too, really top heavy, it would help you a lot, just mentally on the mound to know guys got your back.
Rumley fouled that one straight back, but again, like you said, in this cold weather, especially here in 40 degrees here in early March, it's definitely hard to get your stuff working. Nice off-speed pitch, check swing. They're going to say he did not. Full count now here to the leadoff hitter in the second.
You know, that's something that I'm sure if you truly ask Coach Bischel, he wished that you would play conference games to begin the season, to get some of these teams from Texas, Arizona to play in this kind of weather.
Fastball is drilled down the left field side, but it'll go into the Bearcats bullpen out of play. But it's such a different feeling having the warm weather, obviously, compared to the cold. Just not only for your bats, but also, you know, just adjusting to the way the ball moves too. As O'Connor will fire the full count pitch, grounded to shortstop. Niehaus will field it, throws it over to first, 6-3, retires the first man in the second, and there's one away.
Textbook play by Niehaus, was able to stop that in front of him, throw it across the diamond. Great for O'Connor to get the first down in the inning. Try and build some momentum, continue going forward.
Yeah, nice change up there on the outside corner. Got him to roll over there as Josh Niles, the first baseman, will step in now. Niles batting .200 on the season. It's under .633 OPS. As O'Connor will fire the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 with a fastball outside.
Yeah, how we're talking about the cold weather. And we talk about the Big 12 not being used to it. TCU played here last year. It was their first time playing above the Mason-Dixie line in 50 years. I mean, they truly had not played a game in a cold weather climate in forever, and the Bearcats really want to use that to their advantage. They have a geographical advantage over some of these teams that they now play against, and they got to use it to their best ability. And while a big deal with the game is adaptability, it was a word that Bischel used all the time, they got to use what they got.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point that you made. I mean, obviously West Virginia's over here too, but a lot of those teams in the western part of America don't really get exposed to the cold weather a lot, which can be an advantage, but also can be an Achilles heel, especially here in the early parts of the season when Ohio's still not quite that warm. Obviously next week it's supposed to get up to the 60s. Pitch high, that'll work another full count now. 2 straight batters with a full count as Niles will see 2 straight balls, 3-2. One away here in the top of the second. Full count pitch now to Niles, and that'll miss outside. Changeup couldn't quite get there, and a walk for Canisus here in the second.
Yeah, you know, similar start to what we saw in the first for O'Connor. Of course, he got the out to start off the inning, walked the second guy, and then got lucky with the ground ball that was able to be converted for a double play. Sure, he's hoping for another one of those here, though. He's got to attack Weeks here.
Eric Weeks, the sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Runner on first now with one away. First pitch, swing and a miss. Big breaking ball there from O'Connor.
O'Connor is a guy on the mound, too, where he's going to attack you. He throws every single pitch he has for strikes. He's not afraid of anyone who's in the box. He's got so much experience. He uses it so well.
That ball straight back with the elevated fastball. And now an 0-2 count, but O'Connor, the fifth-year guy, lots of veteran experience there on the mound as your opening day starter. Now an 0-2 hole here. Runner on first. A walk to the second batter of the inning for O'Connor, who's commanded pretty well through the first two innings. Pretty big lead at first base. Runner will break. Pitch is down below, and Natelli could not quite handle it, and that will be a free stolen base for Canisus, and a runner will move into scoring position.
Second stolen base of the season for Niles. Natelli couldn't quite make the transition there. Get the throw away. If you're O'Connor, you just got to stay calm and confident on the mound. Can't change your delivery at all. The Bearcats shift over a little bit to the left.
So one away, 1-2 count now here on Eric Weeks. The pitch fouled straight back. Another fastball, 91 miles per hour outside part of the zone, and I'm sure that it definitely stings, especially using a metal bat on a cold day like this. Facing 90 miles per hour cannot be easy to get the bat on the ball.
Yeah, and that's where Coach Bishop talked about it might be worse for batters, just trying to find contact, and after you foul one off like that, having to step right back into the box and do it again.
Nice breaking ball over to Cross at third. He'll handle it, fires it over to first. Nice play by Carrington Cross. Runner returns to second base, and there's 2 outs.
We talk so much about Cross being the offensive leader, but he's so strong defensively as well. I mean, that took a weird hop on him right on the edge of the infield grass. Was able to kind of smother it with his body, still get the throw across the diamond. He's so strong defensively, and it's something that's underlooked at him because he's so strong offensively.
Yeah, the corners were cheating in there, and they still kind of are, as Caden Miller will step in, the junior from Happy Valley, Oregon. A lot of different guys from different areas of the nation on this team. First pitch fouled away. Another first pitch strike for O'Connor here in the top of the second. And just looking down their roster, a lot of guys obviously from New York, but some guys from PA, Canada, all the way out to the West Coast like Caden Miller in Oregon. The 0-1 pitch, fouled straight back again. Nice off-speed pitch.
You know, when you look at Miller, too, he's a community college guy. He transferred in from JUCO, able to crack his way into Division I. Using the transfer portal, too, his ability. I mean, one of these guys that's getting a second chance to go and play bigger and better competition.
And a pickoff move back to second. Close move.
That was a great move from O'Connor on that one. Able to catch Niles kind of sleeping. He was able to just sneak in underneath the tag from Brooks. O'Connor being the lefty, wasn't really ready for him to look back on him.
Still 0-2 count now to Miller. 2 away in the top frame of the second. Fastball elevated, and it'll be a ball, and Natelli kind of just gloved it away. 1-2 now, but like you were saying, especially a lefty pitcher has so many advantages with pickoff moves to first, but great move to second there with kind of the quick turn. The 1-2 pitch skied into center field. Donovan Ford will camp under it, and he will retire the side. Bearcats will strand one Canisius runner here in the top frame of the second. 2-0 Bearcats headed to the home half of the second. Home half of the second inning here in Clifton as the Bearcats lead it 2-0 over the Canisus Golden Griffins. It will be 8-9 to the top for the Bearcats. Charlie Niehaus will get us started in the second inning of work for Consigli, who gave up 2 runs in the first inning on 3 hits, but still ended the first inning with 3 strikeouts as well.
He did. He was able to get the Bearcats swinging at some kind of just trash pitches. So if you're going to try and hit something there, a lot of them in the dirt, a lot of breaking balls down low. Niehaus trying to get the Bearcats going. You can get a hot start here, add on to that run total. Give O'Connor some boost.
Another one of those kind of hanging changeups there at 79 miles per hour, but Niehaus swung right through at 0-1. Seems like he's really just throwing 3 pitches. It's just that slider to the changeup and the fastball. Another changeup that'll be fouled.
3 pitches and just has them down like that, or a guy like, let's say O'Connor, who's got 4 to 5 and can really diversify his lineup.
I think it really just depends on if you're a relief pitcher or a starting pitcher. I would say you want at least 4 if you're a starting pitcher, as that one's fouled away. But you want to be able to diversify your portfolio throughout the game, because when you're a 3-pitch pitcher, most of the time you go through the first sequence of guys. Guys can catch on pretty quickly, but if you're a relief guy, you're going 1 or 2. If you have 3 really solid pitches, I think that'll be pretty consistently good. In the dirt there, 1 and 2. But kind of just like we were talking about, though, Consangli's really only thrown 3, but he's been pretty consistent hitting the strike zone so far. Niehaus now 1-2 count. He'll ground that down the line, and that's going to be a fair ball off the stripes. Niehaus will round first, heading for second into that corner. He will round second and stay put there, but a leadoff double for Niehaus, where a ball I did not think had a chance of getting fair.
I mean, talk about just luck going down the line. Stays perfectly fair, goes over the bag at third into the corner. You know, we were talking about Consigli, where he's given up the damage has been on extra base hits. Every single hit has been for extra bases so far. The triple, the double. He did have the bloop single, which scored a run, but he's given up these big hits. He's not giving up these little tiny singles. It's been a good piece of hitting from the Bearcats.
And I have to say, I mean, you got a feel for him on the mound, though. You get a guy to a 1-2 count, and then he just dribbles it literally perfectly down the line for an extra base hit. But now leadoff double, as Ford will look to square to bunt. First pitch will be fouled away. No bunts were put down for the Bearcats on Tuesday against Toledo. They squared a lot between Niehaus and Donovan Ford at the end of the lineup. But now with a runner on second and Carrington Cross on deck, you want to try to move him over.
You know, Ford is an ultimate visual ball guy. He's willing to put down the bunt whenever. He's running on the bases all the time. He's playing small ball. He's doing what you need him to do to get runs in.
And now Ford will swing away, and that'll be in the center field. Niehaus got a late break, but they're going to send him. Here comes the throw to home. It'll be offline. Niehaus will score standing. Ford will go back to first. It's an RBI single for Donovan Ford, and the Bearcats lead at 3-0.
Talk about getting your job done, since that right over the head of the pitcher drops into center field for the RBI single. Donovan Ford delivers again. Get another RBI on the season. Good piece of hitting from him on that one.
Yeah, Niles and Rumley were cheating and thinking there was going to be another bunt attempt, but Ford just decided to swing away, and it turned into a nice RBI single. And now with Ford on first, Carrington Cross will step back in. RBI triple, his first time up. Consangli's pitch, change up, top of the zone. It'll be a strike. Crown didn't quite like it. Right there at the letters, same pitch that he tripled on in his last at-bat. But now you got speed on first here with nobody away. Move back to Donovan Ford.
You know, when talking about Donovan Ford, you're talking about guys who get a second chance. He's transferring in from Newberry, which is a D2 school, transferred into the big leagues in Division I, Big 12 play. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to make a big difference for the Cats going down the line, because he's willing to do that stuff just to get runs on the board. He's willing to lay down the bunt. He's willing to take the walk and work the pitcher, get his pitch count up. He's a guy that's going to run as well, as we've seen him check back twice already.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Billy Hamilton back in the day for the Reds. Just a speedster that can lay down bunts, but can also just hit for contact, as Cross will take a ball there. But just like you said, just second chance to get here at the Division I level, and so far he's been making the most of it. And now Ford looked to break. Cross will foul it away now, 1-2. The first throwdown on the steal attempt last inning was not a very efficient one, so we'll have to see if Bishop will send Donovan Ford here on a 2-strike count now. And the pitch, Cross gets a fastball off the outside corner, 87 miles per hour on the pitch. So now 2-2, nobody away with Donovan Ford at first. 3-0 Bearcats here in the second. And now a good move back to first, but it was a high throw. Donovan Ford was getting that secondary lead. Good move by Consigli, but if it was an accurate throw, he might have had a chance.
It was a great move by him. Ford was leaning, ready to go to second.
The pitch, and now Cross sends it down the left field line. That'll be down, base hit. Outfielder will cut it off. Donovan Ford will go first to third standing, and the Bearcats will keep on threatening here in the second inning.
I mean, Carrington Cross, what a piece of hitting, a perfect hit. Able to square off that breaking ball that was low in the zone, pull it into left field. 92 off the bat, bloops in front of the left fielder. And Ford goes first to third, corners with nobody out. Do you think about sending Cross here?
Yeah, I think you want to stay aggressive here on the base pass. Obviously, Tommy O'Connor struck out in that first inning, but now you get these guys at the top of the lineup who've been consistently being very, very good threats on offense, especially with a guy on third. A bad throw could potentially lead to a run. And now O'Connor will send a high fly ball to center field. Marcelo will camp under it. He will make the grab. Donovan Ford will break for home. Not even a contested throw. And the Bearcats will lead it 4-0. Tommy O'Connor will have a sac fly.
Yeah, sac fly for O'Connor, gets the RBI. Cats extend their lead to 4 now. 2 runs in back-to-back innings. Can still do damage here with Cross on first and Vitterick stepping up to the plate. Talk about guys just doing their job. Tommy O'Connor squares up the first pitch he sees.
The Bearcats extend their lead now to 4-0 in the second. And now here's Landon Vitterick, who had a single and RBI. He scored and he stole a base back in the first. Carrington Cross with pretty decent speed at first base as well. Pitch, high, ball 1.
You know, Vitterick was a guy last year that was working his way kind of towards the bottom of the lineup. He's worked his way into that 3-hole this season. A couple guys leaving like Josh Cross, but he was a guy batting in that 7-8 hole. But he was consistent. He was putting the ball in play. He was driving in runs for the Bearcats. You see him already with 10 RBIs on the season. He's missed a couple games as well.
Already a hitter's count, 2-0 now as it's a throw over to check on Carrington Cross at first. But no marbles for Consigli. 2-0 count now for Vitterick, who homered in Tuesday's game against Toledo. We were talking about it off the air. Just the wind tunnel here in Clifton can be so crazy to see, as that will be a fastball that misses inside. 3-0 now.
You know, it's definitely something that has an effect, too, on the play, just with how the ball flies in this stadium. You got a couple balls that might not have the biggest exit velocity, but they're flying. They're not going to stop going until they get over the wall.
That'll be a 4-pitch walk, as Bearcats will now have 2 runners on. And now the catcher will come to meet with Consigli. Already only 1 away in the second. 2 Bearcats on now, as Jack Natilli will come up.
It's a huge opportunity for the Bearcats. You got 2 on with 1 out. Natilli's a guy who can knock some runners in. He's got 7 RBIs on the season. He's got 5 extra base hits as well. If you can put up a big number here in the second inning, put a lot of pressure on the Canisus bats on the top of the third. And you got a pitcher on the mound in O'Connor who is having a day so far if he can stay hot on a cold day.
Consigli's pitch, that'll miss down in the dirt. 5 straight balls, as you can hear from the crowd. Student section over there. The students that are here on a chilly Friday, letting Consigli know. Corner's cheating in. Pitch on the inside corner. Natilli will foul away. Probably would have been ball 6.
And we did see there, too, in between pitches, a little bit of movement heading down towards the Canisus bullpen. for the Golden Griffins.
And corner's cheating here. In case Natelli squares the bunt, ball will miss. 2-1 count now to Natelli. Batting .326 on the young season. Cross at second. Viderick at first. Natelli at the plate. Consigli fires. That one misses out. He is just struggling with command now. Make it now 3-1. So now Natelli, 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 men on here in the second inning. Consigli will fire. This one ripped down the line. Diving play, got it down. He'll tap third, throws it back to first, and that's an amazing double play right there by Rumley, and that ends the inning.
What a play. Smothers that rocket off the bat, and it's silly. 103 off the bat. Gets a double play and escapes the jam.
So just a 5-3 double play to end the inning. We'll head to the third. Bearcats tack on 2 more in the second, 4-0.
Top of the third inning here from UC Baseball Stadium. The Bearcats lead this one 4-0 over the Canisus Golden Griffins. Kellen O'Connor retakes the mound for the Bearcats. He'll be met with Zarecki, his first time to the plate tonight for the Golden Griffins. He's batting 182 on the season. 455 OPS through 6 games. First pitch from O'Connor is across the plate for a strike. That breaking ball on the outside edge.
Connor's done a great job in these first couple of batters, just being able to get the ball on the ground and in the air, not allowing Canisius to get any danger on the base pass.
Fastball just outside, makes it go 1-1. 4-game series at home for the Bearcats, doubleheader today. Saturday and Sunday games as well. Pitch from O'Connor outside. Breaking ball missed away, 2-1 count. Big chance to extend the record of the Bearcats. Currently sits at 6-6. Canisus, a good opponent. Potentially add some wins onto their resume. That one's fouled off. Into the crowd it goes. It's a hard bounce in the concourse. One of the things that really hurt the Bearcats down the line last year was their non-conference schedule. I know it sounds like a broken record. That's all we talked about with the men's basketball team with non-conference schedule, but it really did hurt the baseball team as well. They were in the first 4 out of the NCAA tournament. 2-2 misses low. Count goes full at 3-2.
Well, I mean, speaking of the men's team, I mean, we saw them in non-conference play just dominate, but then it came to Big 12 play, and they just were not able to catch up to just the level of play, and obviously the monstrosity of the game that I saw the other night. I mean, I just have given up on them.
3-2 pitch is fouled away. We'll do it again.
But I was interested. Were you there for the presser?
I was not in the presser.
Okay.
I was still tearing down the booth from the ESPN broadcast, but I heard that it was an eventful one.
I tuned in on Twitter, and I don't think I've seen West that bad.
3-2 is lined into center field. That's a deep fly ball. 101 off the bat. Ford going back on it. Top the wall. That's gone. Home run for Zaracki. Gets just over the batter's eye in center field. Canisus gets a run on the board. It's 4-1 Bearcats. 407 is the distance. Looked like it hit the top of the wall.
Yeah.
Just got over.
And also able just to get it that high. There's a fastball kind of in the heart of the plate, Bar O'Connor. So the first hit of the game for Canisus, but ends up being a run.
So the Bearcats lead 4-1. Nobody out, nobody on for Marcelo. Big swing and a miss on that low breaking ball. 0-1 count to him. But when you talk about out of conference or non-conference strength of schedule for the Bearcats last year, there was 2 games that really stood out that actually got canceled that hurt them RPI-wise. That ball's grounded to the first baseman. O'Connor's going to move over. It's bobbled, though, by Hocuff, and he's going to reach on an infield single. Marcelo outruns that one. So Hocuff bobbled it. Runner on for Canisus, nobody out.
Yeah, but interesting what they score that is. I wouldn't be surprised if they marked that as an error.
No ruling on it yet. Top of the lineup will come up for the Golden Griffins. Bennett Cox, the most dangerous hitter in this lineup for Canisus. Have a runner on base. He's batting .500 on the season. Runners on. Flew out in the first inning. Big swing and a miss on the first breaking ball in the low part of the zone. 0-1 count to him. Was ruled an error. So 1 hit, 1 run for Canisus this inning.
Got him.
Threw back to first, but he's caught in a pickle. Back and forth they go. Hocuff has it. He's going to throw it back to second. Trying to run him down. Fakes it. Going back and forth. Classic pickle. Get him. Tags him out. Marcelo is tagged out on the pickoff attempt.
I mean, that is just fundamental defense. When you get into a pickle like that, you don't want to pump fake a little bit, but you want to try to close them out slowly. Great pickoff move by O'Connor, and now the air doesn't even matter.
Now, we mentioned that in the first inning. A great pickoff move, or I believe second inning. Great pickoff move from O'Connor. And he went back to second. He caught Marcelo just leaning to the right. Able to get him in the pickle and get him out. 0-1, misses high. 1-1 count to Cox.
But I just know from my baseball experience, I always wished I was a lefty pitcher just because of that move. It's so hard to read with a lefty guy when you're a runner at first base.
1-1's fouled away. I'm going to make the count go 1-2.
Obviously, you can raise that leg at a certain degree before you have to come home with it.
1-2 pitch. That one's low and inside. Breaking ball in the dirt. Count goes 2-2. It's one of my favorite things to watch in baseball is a lefty pitcher make that move to first. It's so smooth and fluid. Tony Cingrani is a random Reds pitcher that comes to mind. Had such a good pickoff move to first. 2-2 pitch. Lined into the gap in left field. That's going to be a single for Cox. He reaches base for the first time today.
Yeah, 2 of the last 3 now with base hits. The last 3 have now reached on O'Connor. And he's up to about 50 pitches now. So I wonder how long Bishop will let him go in the cold, but only at 50 pitches, so I'm sure he has some left in the tank.
Bearcats went through about 4 or 5 pitchers on Tuesday. That one's fouled off. First pitch to Glassford. A 1 count to him. They do have to keep in mind, of course, game 2 of today can shrink your bullpen a little bit the rest of the series.
Well, I think Canisus might be in more danger of that than the Bearcats, obviously, with their guy already allowing 4. So I think O'Connor, as long as he's able to minimize any damage.
Runner goes. Pitch misses outside the throw down. Not in time A hard slide from Cox. Still get his 3rd stolen base this season.
And a good throw by Natelli. Just carried Nihas a little bit away from the base and turned into a stolen base.
It's runner in scoring position for the Golden Griffins. Glassford at the plate. He's batting .125 on the season with runners in scoring position, 1 RBI. O'Connor looks at second. Pitch, big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Bearcats dugout still into the game, as they have been all season. O'Connor sets in the mound. The 1-2. Skied towards the third baseman cross, working towards the dugout. Gets underneath it, makes the catch. 2 down in the inning. Runner stays at second.
And again, another good job by O'Connor, just allowing for a little bloop there. Cross able to cover the ground in foul territory to record the out. That's a big out now. You got 2 outs.
2 outs, runner on second. That's Cox, the batter at the plate is Spinoza. Spinoza grounded into a double play in the first inning of the game. Trying to make up for it. Eventually knock in his 5th RBI this season. Connor sets in the mound, kicks, pitch on the way. Down low. Ball 1. Spinoza, the sophomore from Pennsylvania. Connor kicks, squares the bunt, lays it down the third baseline, but it goes foul. Interesting move there with 2 outs from Spinoza. Cross was playing back off the bag. Almost even with the outfield.
Yeah, if you're able to lay that down, most likely that's going to be a free base hit, but especially with 2 outs, kind of just an odd thing to do, especially with the runner in scoring position.
1-1 count, 2 outs. O'Connor above 50 pitches at around that 55 mark. Of course, he's developing that pitch count as he goes along in the season. Throws back to second, gets past the second baseman. That's Brooks. No damage done, though, as Nihas gets to it. The entire Canisus bench saw it at the jump. The squirrel makes its way up the netting behind home plate.
I was wondering what they were yelling about. I was looking around.
I thought it was the dugout. I think it was the student section. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Misses low. Count go 2-1. Decent lead from Cox off second. Viderick is shading towards the bag. So do have a right-handed shift. First baseman Hocuff playing off the bag. 2-1, that misses high and away. Count goes 3-1. O'Connor kicks, delivers, that one misses high. Ball 4. So 2 on, 2 out for Canisus.
Connor just kind of losing his command just a little bit now. Another base runner will reach. 3rd walk of the day for O'Connor. Now 2 men on, so.
Gonna get a mound visit here from the pitching coach of the Bearcats.
Yeah, I mean, you got 58 pitches, 2 men on, just kind of take a deep breath. I mean, you want to try to get out of this inning clean. Obviously, the home run to lead off the inning, the only hit for them until Bennett Cox had a single, and now the walk.
Cal Petarudo on the mound talking with O'Connor. Discussing things over. Interesting note, O'Connor has not given up a hit with runners on base so far this season.
Pretty good stat to have.
Got to keep that alive here as he's now over 58 pitches on the day. Rumley grounded out his first time up. So O'Connor's going to step back onto the mound. We'll resume play. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bearcats lead 4-1 in the top of the 3rd. O'Connor, long look back at second. First pitch is on the way. That's fouled back behind home plate. Sounds like the squirrel has made it on top of the press box.
I believe so.
0-1 count to Rumley. Long look back at second. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded down the third base line. That's going to get into the corner. That's going to score at least one, if not two. Double for Rumley. He's going to think about going to third. 2 runs come in. 2 RBI double for Trent Rumley. We got a 4-3 ball game.
Great piece of hitting right there. Got past Cross, and that scores 2 base runners now. And all of a sudden, O'Connor's day has kind of been spoiled.
The first hit he's allowed this season with runners on base. It's a 2-run double, which makes things a lot more interesting here at UC Baseball Stadium.
Do we say that's an announcer's curse?
I'll take the blame for it.
Yeah. But now a chance for them to tie this up now.
Niles will step into the box. Walk in the second inning. First pitch misses high. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-0 count. Rumley on second. In a wide lead. Vitterick playing off the bag. Connor kicks, delivers. That one's in for a strike. 1-1 count.
If you're O'Connor, you're now at 60 pitches. You just want to get out of this inning. I mean, it's been a rough inning. Obviously, the home run, walk. There's an error earlier in the inning, and now the double. And if you're O'Connor, you just want to try to get back in, let the bats for UC try to get some runs back.
1-1 misses outside. 2-1 count.
Kind of like you said just a little bit ago. Obviously, the bullpen disparity is definitely going to be a thing to look at for both these teams, but now O'Connor's kind of been struggling in this third.
That one misses low. Count's going to go 3-1. Connor battling. Trouble finding the zone. Talk about him being a guy likes to throw pitches in the zone and challenge hitters. 3-1 hitters count for Niles. The pitch. That's hit down the left field line. Will it be fair? That's foul.
Kind of off the end of the bat. Fastball right down Broadway. Just pulled a little bit to the left side, but now full count pitch. Try to get out of this inning.
3-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Infield's going to shift more to an upright position. Instead of that right-handed shift, the outfield moved over as well. O'Connor, long look back at second. The 3-2 misses outside, ball 4. 2 runners on once again with 2 outs.
Just his command just not there so far today, and especially in this inning. Just tried to throw a slider there. Couldn't quite find the zone, and now 2 base runners on.
Eric Weeks going to step up, the sophomore from Pittsburgh. Grounded out his first time up. The right fielder's batting .067 on the season. First pitch is outside for a ball. Breaking ball on the outside edge. Couldn't get the call.
Yeah, almost at 70 pitches as well now. For O'Connor, definitely something you want to look at if you're Coach Bischel. Already 3 runs in this third, and they're threatening still.
O'Connor sets, long look back at second. The 1-0, that's fouled, backing away. 1-1 count. Three hits allowed on the day for O'Connor. Look back at second, he's going to throw it. Vitterick bobbles it, not in time. Canisus is 1 for 5 on the day with runners on base. 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The 1-1 misses high. Fastball out of the zone. Canisus done a good job of working the count in this inning. Laying off pitches. As I mentioned, struggle from O'Connor to hit the zone. 2-1, that's in there. Low fastball called for a strike.
Yeah, needed that one. Now you're in a 2-strike zone. You can throw any pitch you want to get out of this inning here.
Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Canisus. Bearcats still lead 4-3 in the top of the third. Connor trying to get out of this jam. Kicks the 2-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again.
Good fastball there. Still throwing 90. Yeah, it's about 70 pitches thrown in this cold, so a little bit down from his usual average, but still a good sign with 70 pitches thrown.
Long look back at second. The 2-2. Fouled away once again.
That can be so annoying for a pitcher when you've struggled in an inning, you're trying to get out of it, and a batter just keeps spoiling away every single pitch, honestly. That was a slider right down the middle that was spoiled away, but still got a 2-2 count.
O'Connor over the 70 pitch mark. Now he sets on the mound. Long look back at second, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging, escapes the jam. Canisus gets 3 in the top half of the third. Bearcats still lead 4-3 here on Bearcast Sports Radio. Bottom of the third inning here from UC Baseball Stadium. The Bearcats trying to bounce back after a rough top half of the inning that resulted in the Golden Griffins getting 3 runs on the board, making the score 4-3. The Bearcats will have Hocuff, Sefcik, and Brooks due up in the bottom half, trying to add on to their total.
Yeah, we just saw O'Connor struggle in that top half of the third. Just was not able to hit his spots that he's been trying to, and it led to 3 runs on 3 hits. And at least he's stranded 2, but his pitch count already up to 70-something. He's probably only going to have 1 more inning.
Consigli still on the mound for Canisus. Hocuff steps into the box. Double and an RBI in his first plate appearance. Scored that run in the first inning. Batting .269 on the season. He's batting .400 when leading off an inning. First pitch misses low and away. 1-0 count to him.
It'll be really, really interesting to see for this team. You give up 3 runs. You're on the field for seems like 30 minutes, and for this Bearcats team, how are they going to respond to giving up 3 runs here early in this game? How are you going to help your pitcher on the field?
1-0 finds the edge of the zone, making it go 1-1. Quick movement. Consigli on the mound. That one's way outside for ball 2.
Kind of an awkward release there from Consigli, shaking his hand a little bit. Trying to throw that off-speed pitch, but nowhere even close.
Do love the fast pace on the mound from Consigli. Hocuff steps back into the box. Quick pitch. That one's grounded to the first baseman, Niles. He smothers it, makes the play himself, 1 down in the inning.
Absolutely smoked that one on a line, but able to retire him for the first out. But just like you were saying, definitely a lot of the 2 pitchers definitely have a lot of differences. Obviously, Consigli, kind of more of a faster paced guy, wants to get those pitches in, while O'Connor's kind of just slowly just get to the mound, kind of just take his time.
Sefcik's up for the second time today. He walked in his first plate appearance in the first. First one misses low and away. 1-0 count. Second pitch quickly in. That one's going to find the zone, though, 1-1. Sefcik, as we mentioned, the transfer from Indiana. Came over to join Luke Sefcik. Swing and a miss on the 1-1.
Yeah,
pitch.
Slider still being really effective at the knees. Pulled the string once again, and Sefcik could not touch it.
The 1-2. Sent straight up in the air. Catcher might be able to make a play on it. It's up. Makes the catch. What a grab on that one, 2 down the inning. Zarecki went straight backwards up along the netting. Makes a great grab for 2 down.
And quickly get 2 outs after getting 3 runs in the third. Good job by Consigli, allowing for that momentum to keep playing into this game. The Bearcats now only lead it by 1, and a great job for him to come out here, get 2 quick outs in the inning.
So Loudon Brooks will step into the box. Strike out in the first inning. Trying to find his first hit since coming back from injury. First pitch misses away. 1-0 count. Brooks, a .500 hitter with 2 outs on the season. Grounded foul. 1-1 count. He's only got 9 at-bats on the year as well. 3 hits in those 9, though. 3 RBIs as well. Pitch is on the way. That's grounded foul as well. 1-2 hole for Brooks.
Yeah, if Consigli can retire the side here, 1-2-3, that's going to help this Canisus team with their batters. Also, the Cincinnati team that was just on the field for so long, making them go back out to the field can be so mentally challenging.
Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. That's going to retire the side for the Bearcats. 1-2-3 inning for Canisus. Scores 4-3. The Bearcats lead. At the end of 3, we'll be back shortly here on Bearcast Sports Radio.
Top of the 4th inning here in Clifton. Cincinnati leads it 4-3 over the Canisus Golden Griffins. As new pitcher in for the Bearcats, as Michael Conti will come into the game for the Cats. Big hefty right-hander will come into the game trying to keep it right where it is. About a 6-point ERA with a 1.0 whip on the season. With only 2 earned runs and 3 hits allowed in just 3 innings of work. As for Canisus, it'll be Miller, Zaridic, and Marcello here in the 4th inning. So Connor's day will end with 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 of them being earned, 3 base on balls. So he'll only go 3. And just like we were talking about throughout this game, the bullpens are going to be very, very interesting to see how they're able to develop over these next 2 days. Obviously, a 4-game set between these two, with obviously 2 today here on Friday.
You know, that's obviously not what the Bearcats wanted to do, was go to their bullpen this early in the game. You're here in the 4th inning. There's going to be a bullpen game all of a sudden. You know, you've got to work 2 games today. You don't want it to happen at all, but you got to work with what you got. Adaptability. Word of the day, it seems like, for Jordan Bishel. Word of the year, really, is what he's going to make it end up being. Just playing with what you got. Not the outing O'Connor won, but you got to work.
So Caden Miller will lead it off here for the Golden Griffins, as Conti's first pitch will be a strike as it's fouled away. That kind of 3/4 arm slot. Kind of an interesting way to throw the ball. It's going to be hard to adjust also from the lefty to the righty, as that one swung on and swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
No, it's a heavy right-handed lineup as well for Canisus. They were going against the left-hander in O'Connor. Only one lefty in their starting lineup today.
So that one was fouled away. He'll stay alive on the day. Topped 93 back in the fall. Obviously, talked about that 3/4 low arm slot. A lot of sink and run to his pitches. Has a slider, cutter, and change as well that he kind of mixes up what he throws. Off-speed pitch in the dirt there will be ball 1 to Miller. Canisus put up 3 runs in the 3rd last inning. The Bearcats went blank in the bottom of the 3rd after putting up 2 respectively in the 1st and the 2nd. Now 1-2 count. Conti gets the side and he fires. And that's strike 3 looking. And the first batter Conti will face, it's a backwards K. And they're 1 away.
Can't write that one up any better. I mean, that was perfect delivery and execution. Amazing at bat there from Conti.
So now Thomas Oraki will step in. Catcher out of East Amherst, New York, to face Conti out of the pen. Cincinnati in a bit of a shift as Brooks seems to be behind second base. That pitch will be in there, strike 1. Already a lot of pitches from Conti out of the bullpen. That big frame. 6'3", 215 on the depth chart. Beautiful off-speed pitch there. Strike 2. Slider right down Broadway. Zaraki just looked right at it. He homered to start off the 3rd inning last time. Now he's down 0-2 in the count. Side Conti gets it and fires. That one's in the dirt, ball 1. 84 miles per hour on the off-speed pitch. One out away here in the away half of the 4th. Conti the side and he fires. And that'll be just off the outside corner. Almost 2 straight backwards Ks for Conti. Crown doesn't like it, but it'll be ball 2. 2-2. Here in the second batter of the 4th. Here in a chilly day here in Clifton as Conti fires, swing and a miss, struck him out as he'll set him down for his 2nd K of the day, and now there's 2 away in the 2nd.
How about this work from Conti? I mean, making him work pretty easily. I mean, just putting him down, fanning him left and right. This is a guy that came over with Jordan Bishel from Central Michigan, and Bishel knows he's a guy he can rely on in these situations. Got to get some outs quick, gain some momentum.
Especially after the Bearcats went 1-2-3 back last inning. That'll be strike 1 now to the new batter. It's Andrew Marcello. He reached on an error on the first baseman, Hokov, his first time up back in the 2nd. Conti will fire that on the outside corner, painting it right there. 0-2. 2 away, 0-2 now to Marcello in the away home frame of the 4th. Conti the side, and he'll fire. Strike 3 looking, and Conti sets him down looking. He'll strike out the side here in the 4th, and we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bearcats still lead it 4-3. Bottom of the fourth inning here in Cincinnati. The Bearcats lead it 4-3 over the Canisus Golden Griffins as Peyton Consigli will get back to work here in the fourth inning as Charlie Niehaus, Donovan Ford, and Carrington Cross will be due up for the Bearcats. Niehaus had a double back in the second, excuse me, and then he came around to score his last at bat. So he'll lead it off here in the fourth. First pitch will be get in there, strike one, change up right down Broadway for Consigli.
No, I don't think we can talk about how big that inning was from Conti just to get some momentum back in the Bearcats' favor, to fan them that quickly. So impressive. And with who the Bearcats have coming up in this inning, you know, you got your last two, and then potentially, well, you will have the top of the lineup coming up after them. I mean, you can gain a lot of momentum going in your favor, try and add on to that one-run lead.
So now 0-2 now to Niehaus. Here for Consigli, who set them down in order his last time up. Change up in the dirt, ball 1-2 now. But again, like you said, Conti just had a great inning last time with 2 looking strikeouts and 1 swing, and struck out the side his last time up. That's now 4 straight Canisius batters that have been struck out by Cincinnati pitching, and Niehaus will go down looking to start the fourth.
Yeah, that one might have been a little low, but a little too close to be watching that one late in the count. Ford's got to get something going here for the Bearcats.
So Niehaus strikes out, looking here to start the fourth inning, as now Donovan Ford will step in to hit. He had an RBI single his last time up, who also came around to score his first at bat. That's in there, strike one. Consigli really settling in now these last 2 innings of work after kind of a brutal start, where he gave up 4 through 2. It could have been more, but a nice double play by their third baseman saved him. Ford almost was clipped by that pitch inside, almost hit him on the elbow, ball 1.
You know, he really is. I mean, he's just slowed down with how he's taken it to batters. He was missing a lot of balls low and away to start out the game. He's really settled in, kind of picked up the pace on his delivery as well as the game's gone on.
Off-speed pitch, missed down below the zone, and now it's 2-1 to Donovan Ford in a hitter's count. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 4-3, the Bearcats lead it. Quick work here from Consigli. He'll fire it in. That'll be in the dirt. 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike now to the 9-hole hitter for the Bearcats. Do not want to put good speed on the bases here if you're Consigli. And the 3-1. Check swing. There's going to be a called strike anyway. Full count now to Donovan Ford. It's been 2 straight strikeouts for Consigli, going back to the third, trying to make it 3 here. Jammed him, but Donovan Ford will stay alive.
I mentioned it earlier, that wind is whipping again in the outfield. I mean, that flag all the way out in center field, it's changed directions 2 or 3 times already. It's going back out, almost straight out. Could make an impact on a fly ball heading in that way.
3-2 pitch to Ford, fouled straight back. He'll continue to stay alive, but that wind has just been blowing throughout this weekend. And if you get a ball up there in that stream, it can be carried a long way. Three-two pitch. Ford skies this one into foul territory. It'll go way out off of the light up there in left field. I think it knocked one of the lights out.
It did knock the light out and then almost took out one of the buses going by.
So Donovan Ford with a bit of a destructive foul ball there, but he'll stay alive in the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the 9-hole hitter. Consigli fires. This one is going to be poked straight up into foul territory. Catcher will get back there trying to make a play, but it'll go out into the bullpen of the Bearcats. And a good at-bat here for Donovan Ford. Over 70 pitches thrown by Consigli on the day so far. Donovan Ford now facing his 9th pitch of the at-bat. This would be a big base runner here for Carrington Cross in the top, if he can reach. Consigli gets the sign and quickly works the 3-2. This one is hit high into left field, but camping under it will be Rumley. He'll get over, and he will make the grab. And now there are 2 away. Donovan Ford, good at bat, but just could not quite get it down. Excuse me, that was Cox on the catch. So 2 outs for Carrington Cross as he'll step up.
That was a really strong at bat from Ford. He's had a couple of those tonight. It'll work the count really well, send some off, foul it off, keep getting that pitch count up for Consigli.
So now Carrington Cross, who has a triple and a single, he scored also in the first, will come in for his 3rd bat today. Off-speed pitch almost nicked his shoulder, ball 1. Top of the lineup continues to be very efficient today. As Cross looks to get his 3rd hit of the day. And he'll rip this one in the left field. This will be down, base hit. Good stop by Cox in left to not allow it to bounce over his head. But right on cue, Carrington Cross has a 3-hit day.
Carrington Cross is so good. It's truly just undescribable. I don't feel crazy saying he might be the best athlete on campus here at UC. When you just look at all-around players that you have at this school, he's up there with the best. I mean, he's so strong at everything. That's back-to-back base hits going the exact same way. Perfect piece of pull hitting right into the outfield. Runner on for the Bearcats. Can Tommy O'Connor do anything with it?
So Cross now has 3 base hits, but like you said, just a freak athlete in the leadoff hole as Tommy O'Connor will step in. And now Carrington Cross will break for a second. Beautiful throw, and he got him, and that will end the inning. So Carrington Cross, after the base hit, will get thrown out, and now the umpire telling.
We might have a possible review of this one. It was a tight tag, but
it looked like he was beat by quite a bit, but I think they might be reviewing it. Like you said, the umpire's gathering up now in the middle of the infield. They're going to tell the Canisus defense to come back out on the field. I'm pretty sure Carrington Cross was out. He was beat pretty, but they're going to take a look at it. The home plate umpire will look at the review. We'll see if we get one here on the board. Interesting strategy to send him on the first pitch after getting a base hit, trying to just catch him off guard.
It is. I think that's exactly what they were trying to do, is that Canisus might not have been ready for it. You know, Cross is a guy that does have a little bit of speed. He's got 2 stolen bases on the season. I believe they announced it was challenged by Cincinnati as well.
So they might have seen something that we can't see over here on the field. If it is recorded and out, it will end the inning. After the Carrington Cross single, Tommy O'Connor was the batter. We're not going to get a review on the screen, so it's going to be tough to see if can see anything. And they're going to say he is out, and that will end the inning. So Carrington Cross is out at second on a stolen base attempt. It's 4-3 headed to the 5th inning.
Top of the 5th inning here from UC Baseball Stadium. The Bearcats leading Canisus 4-3. Michael Conti retakes the mound after a stellar top of the 4th inning where he fanned all 3 Golden Griffins batters. Top of the lineup due up for Canisus. Bennett Cox will lead things off. Star freshman that's batting now .423 on the year. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch.
Yeah, facing this top of the lineup, we'll see what Conti can do after fanning 3 straight.
Cox so far today has flew out and had a single. 0-1. Now misses high. Talk about that 3/4 delivery. Tough to pick up for a hitter.
It's especially hard when your velocity's up there too, and also mixing up off-speed stuff. It can be so hard.
That one's lined up the middle by Cox. He'll get on base to start things off. Lead-off single. Yeah,
man, is this kid good. True freshman now, batting over .430 now in the season. Already 2 base hits today. Kind of a 5-tool player. He stole base, he came around and scored back in the 3rd. And man, he just starts this inning off with another base hit.
It's going to bring up Roman Glassford. Glassford so far today has walked and flew out. Conti sets in the mound with Cox on first. First pitch just over the outside edge. Strike 1.
Good job not allowing Cox to distract him in first there with a nice first pitch strike, and that's why he's been so efficient. He's been able to get over the plate and get ahead of these batters.
Check over to Cox at first, not in time. Infield shift for the Bearcats, shifted towards the right. Classic left-handed batter shift. The shortstop Niehaus playing almost even with the second base bag. Conti set on the mound, checks back at first, not in time. Four stolen base on the year for Cox. Conti sets again, delivers, fouled off right into the dugout of the Bearcats. Gotta have a head and a swivel down there. Make the count go 0-2.
Yeah, went off his hands, just jammed him right inside. Good pitch by Conti, but just like you said, almost took someone out in the Bearcats dugout.
0-2 hole for Glassford. Cox still on first. Not a huge lead. Runs, swing and a miss, throw down to second. Not in time. Cox slides underneath the tag. Umps all look into the dugout of the Bearcats to see if there's a challenge. There will not be. Stolen base for Cox, but a swing and a miss for Glassford. 1 down in the inning, runner on second. Spinoza will come up to bat.
Making 4 Ks now by Conti out of the bullpen on 5 batters faced.
Grounded into a double play. His first time up, walked to second. Conti sets, long look back at second, delivers the pitch. Sent high in the air towards right center field. Ford going back on it. Vitterick makes the play, throws it into the cutoff man. Tagging from second to third was Cox. He'll advance.
Good piece of hitting there to advance the runner to third base now, but good job by Conti. 2 outs now. Vitterick, good job at a good route there to read where the ball was going to end up and got the out.
Trent Rumley will be announced, and Jordan Bishel will head out towards the mound. Looks like we're going to get a pitching change.
Not going to allow him to finish the inning, which is kind of surprising, but Conti has a great outing out of the bullpen.
So Conti will be replaced after an inning and 2/3, allowing 1 hit, 4 strikeouts on 20 pitches. I believe that is Christian Mitchell entering the game for the Bearcats. The 2A player, not in the starting lineup tonight. Mitchell often comes in save situations. This time, going to try and get the Bearcats out of a jam with 2 outs. So we'll take a quick break here and be back shortly with the rest of this inning. Christian Mitchell on the mound for the Bearcats. Runner on third, 2 outs, trying to get him out of the jam here as the Cats still lead 4-3. Christian Mitchell often coming in save situations, being used here in a jam, trying to keep the Bearcats lead.
Yeah, saw him come in Tuesday night to close it out against Toledo, but now a two-way with a runner on third, tying run just 90 feet away. You want to try to get out of this inning clean.
The two-way player on the mound, Trent Rumley in the box for Canisus as the first pitch misses low, 1-0. Rumley last time up, 2-run double to get Canisus back in the game. That one finds the zone, 1-1 count. Mitchell sets, working quick, kicks the pitch, grounded right up the middle towards the second base bag, sliding move made, throw across the diamond by Brooks in time. What a play by Lawton Brooks to slide and grab it and still throw out Rumley.
I mean, what a play by the second baseman. Going near left, being able to slide and come up fast and make that throw, and a great job saving the tying run heading to the bottom of the fifth.
The Bearcats escape the jam and keep their 4-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the fifth here from UC Baseball Stadium. Bottom of the fifth inning here from UC Baseball Stadium. The Bearcats leading the Golden Griffins 4-3. Christian Mitchell came in and got the Bearcats out of a jam in the top half. Meat of the order coming up for the Bearcats here to start off this inning.
Yeah, and Consigli's still in there with 84 pitches. Most likely going to be his last inning of work, but they're going to keep him in after 2 scoreless innings back-to-back for their starting pitcher. As the Bearcats already on 3 pitchers, 2 out of the pen. So good job by Peyton Consigli to be able to scratch out some innings here. But now 2-3-4 for the Bearcats. Hopefully can get some runs.
Tommy O'Connor is going to lead things off for the Cats. O'Connor, the power-hitting lefty, is 0 for 1 on the day. Sac fly in the second, strikeout in the first. O'Connor's batting .417 when leading off an inning. First pitch to O'Connor, misses low and away. 6 extra base hits on the season already for O'Connor, 5 RBIs. Consigne has really kind of found his groove now going in after those first 2 innings. Picking up the pace of play. That one's hit high in the air towards center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder. Marcelo makes the play, retires O'Connor. So 1 down in the inning. It's going to bring up Landon Viderick.
And good pitch there. Fastball in on the hands. Got him to pop it up. And there's already 1 away. And this Bearcats offense, after those 2 really good innings, kind of been shut down here by Consigli.
Viderick has an RBI single to go along with a walk on the day, 1 for 1 in total. A late time is called by the umpire. It was mid-pitch from Consigne. So we'll try the first pitch again. Sets on the mound. Works quickly again. Kick, pitch. Down low for ball 1.
Yeah, Viderick already single, an RBI, stolen base. He scored and also had a walk. So trying to continue a good day for him.
1-0. Misses low as well. 2-0 count. Another breaking ball in the dirt. Might have been a fastball, rather, in the dirt.
Yeah, and a hitter's count here.
2-0 count. Vidrick at the plate. 2-0 pitch lined into the gap in right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Vidrick is going to challenge the right fielder. Goes to second. Slides in safely. Underneath the tag, and Vidrick has a one-out double.
Hustle double there for Vidrick. Good throw by the center fielder, but I believe he did beat him. Consigli saying to challenge it. Motioning to his dugout. And I don't think they will. I believe he was safe. We're going to get the replay up top. Yeah, and he beat it. So nice double there. Three has reached all 3 times now, Vidrick has.
Just slid underneath the tag, and that's going to bring up Jack Natilli. The catcher today for the Bearcats. Grounded into a double play in the second. Struck out in the first. Runner in scoring position for him. He's 250 on the year with him there. Check swing didn't go and missed outside.
Yeah, good hold there by Natilli. Now already a runner in scoring position with 1 away. You're threatening. You've got to try to put some pressure here for Canisus to go to their bullpen now with their starter at 90 pitches.
1-0 fouled off. 1-1 count now to Natilli. Over the 90 pitch mark is Consigli. Sets on the mound. Ready to deliver the pitch. Kicks. It's in. Big swing and a miss. Breaking ball put on the corner. Just swung over top of it.
Really want to see Natilli go in that opposite field gap right there in the infield for a little base hit here. Try to send it opposite field.
Consigli sets the pitch. Thought about going, he didn't. 2-2 count. Breaking ball in the dirt. Consigli still having a little trouble finding the zone at times. Infield shifted slightly to the left. 2-2. Outside, full count.
And good job looking at 2 straight balls now. Get it into a count that you like here. 3-2, most likely going to challenge you here with a fastball.
3-2, 1 out, runner on second. The pitch, grounded up the middle. Is it going to get through? It will. That's going to score a run. An RBI single for Natilli, and the Cats lead 5-3.
Just like I said, not quite that opposite hole, but right up the middle where the infielders were not. Great piece of hitting there, gets a run in.
Natilli gets another RBI to add on to a season total, and the Cats lead by 2. 9th hit of the day for the Bearcats. The first baseman, Hocuff's going to step into the box. 1 for 2 on the day. RBI double in the first inning. Ground out in the third. First pitch to him's in the dirt. 1-0 count. Hocuff batting .200 on the season. Runners on base. 1-0. In for a strike. Makes the count go 1-1.
Kind of interesting that Coach Matt Mazzarek still has Consigli out there about to hit the 100 pitch mark in this kind of climate. And I mean, obviously he's been holding the Bearcats the last couple of innings, but now after giving up a run and a base runner, it's kind of interesting that, maybe trying to save some of those bullpen arms, but I don't know what other reason.
You got to think a change is coming soon. Of course, you do mention saving the bullpen arms. Doubleheader, of course, today. That one's fouled off. Count will go 1-2. One, 2, 1 out. Runner on first. That's Natilli. In the box for the Bearcats is Hocuff. Consigli on the mound. 100th pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Hocuff. Up at 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, another K for Consigli now. Make that, I believe, K number 6 on the day. He's really been able to get those strikeouts with the off-speed stuff. Now there's 2 away in the inning, and they're still having him in there.
Cal Sefcik Check over at first, and Tilly not in time. Cal Sefcik will step into the box. 0 for 1 on the day, a walk in the first, flew out in the third. Sefcik batting .200 on the season, takes to the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 count. That misses down in the dirt. 1-1 will be the count.
Yeah, the runner on here, you want to put some more pressure on this defense, trying to get it back to the top of the lineup here in the fifth. Obviously 2 outs, but you have a base runner on.
7 RBIs on the season for Sefcik. The 1-1 pitch, that misses high. Fastball out of the zone.
Could possibly send a base runner here with 1 runner on and a 2 outs situation like this. Try to get maybe a hit and run.
2-1 count, 2 outs, runner on first. Swing on that one. I was making the catch on that if the net wasn't there, but 2-2.
Yeah, a lot of spin on that. Straight back. We've seen so many of those today with that spin. Now a 2-2 count. I would send the runner here if I was the coach.
Deuces are wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2. Low and away, full count. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on first.
And now you're going to send him no matter what.
Infield takes a step back. Natilli on first. Goes with the pitch. The pitch. Fouled back. We'll do it again.
Another off-speed pitch right at the knees that he fouled away. Kind of going away from his fastball in the last couple of at-bats.
Sefcik staying alive. Over 100 pitches for Consigli today. Natilli goes. The pitch. That one sit down the right field line, foul. 3-2 again.
There's poked his bat out there. It almost started to go fair there for a second, but unable to get down.
8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Cal Sefcik battling at the plate. Consigli sets. Natilli goes. The pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 4. 2 on, 2 out for the Bearcats. So that's going to bring Lawton Brooks to the plate.
Great at bat there from Sefcik. Allowing for the walk, and that's going to do it. It's going to do it for Consigli today. Already over 105 pitches. They really let him just go today. And honestly, you know, based off how the game started, really not going to be that bad of a final line. I mean, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Obviously, the 5 earned. Don't like to see that, but 107 pitches, it's not too bad.
So with that pitching change incoming for Canisus, we'll take a quick break and be back shortly with the rest of this half inning. Bottom of the 5th here, 2 outs, 2 on for the Bearcats. Pitching change for Canisus. Austin Cutts enters the game.
Yeah, and Austin Cutts on the season, 10.80 ERA and just 3 1/3 inning. Worked 4 earned, 4 hits and 4 runs in those innings, as well as 2 walks and 1 strikeout. So hopefully the Bearcats can start to get some more runs on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 5th.
Lawton Brooks steps into the box, 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts to his name. Trying to get his first hit since coming back from injury. Kick from Cutts. First pitch is inside. Misses for a ball. Interesting delivery there from Cutts. He has a short kick. Doesn't raise his foot very much. Runner on second is Tilly. Runner on first is Sepsic. The pitch, fouled off, full check swing. Goes right in the dugout of Canisus.
And Cutts, 6'6", big frame, especially with that kind of wacky arm slot.
Brooks so far this year is batting .500, runners in scoring position. Batting .300 with 2 outs. 10 at bats on the year. That one's lined into the gap on the right side. That's going to get through for a single. The Tilly is sent home. The throw into home. Beats him. He's out at the plate. What a throw from the right fielder, Eric Weeks. Guns down to Tilly at home plate and escapes the possible huge number from the Bearcats.
Well, I mean, what a throw by the right fielder to cut him out. And somehow they only allow 1 run in that inning.
The Golden Griffins escape a jam, but the Bearcats get 1. The Bearcats lead 5-3 here, heading to the top of the 6th here on Bearcast Sports Radio.
Top of the 6th inning here in Cincinnati. The Bearcats lead it 5-3 after scoring 1 in the 5th. Stranded 1 on base with the man getting thrown out at the plate to end the 5th. But Kristen Mitchell still in there on the mound after getting 1 out last inning. And he will face Josh Niles to start the 6th inning. Niles, Weeks, and Miller due up for the Golden Griffins here in the 6th inning as Mitchell will get set to work in the 6th. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Niles.
Yeah, Mitchell made very quick work coming in there last inning. Only 3 pitches to get the batter down.
Kind of like the last guy from Canisus. Really tempo windup here for Christian Mitchell.
You mentioned it to me during the break, but it's getting colder here in Clifton. As the day goes on, the wind's picking up a little bit.
This one smoked the left field, but it's going to be grabbed very easily by Sefik in left field, and that's the first down of the inning as Niles will line out to the left fielder. So now Eric Weeks will come up, grounded out to third base and struck out at his first 2 at-bats. As Christian Mitchell has faced two, and both of them have been retired. As that one's going to be skied to right field. This one might be trouble. Back on the track, he jumps off the top of the wall. Donovan Ford will grab it. He'll throw it in. Vaynerick tried to get to it, but that ball just carrying so much, and that's going to be a one-out double.
That ball definitely got caught up in the wind. Just once it got to its apex, it just kept flying. It was not stopping. Only 97 off the bat. It wasn't necessarily crushed or anything. It just kept flying towards the scoreboard and right. Lucky to limit that damage to only a double.
Yeah, almost got out. That ball getting carried quite a bit. Vaynerick camped under it for the moment, but then he backpedaled as soon as he got caught up in the wind. So now one out, man in scoring position down. And here is Caden Miller. Flew out to center and struck out looking. His first two up. He squares the bunny. He'll take ball one in the dirt. So top of the sixth, Bearcats lead it 5-3 in game one of this two-game doubleheader today. Mitchell the side, fires that in. Strike one on the outside corner. 90 mile per hour on the gun. Miller batting under 100 on the season so far. Off-speed pitch, that's going to be sent the opposite way. Late break for the runner, though, and he's going to be stopped after Vaynerick will throw it into Natelli. So runners on the corners now after a nice single there, but that is all the damage that'll be done.
I mean, put that hit perfectly in the gap in between the first and second baseman. Surprised the stop sign came up, honestly, for Weeks. Seemed like if he had kept running, he might have been able to beat that throw. It wasn't a great throw from Vaynerick in the first place. Kind of offline. High pressure situation for Christian Mitchell here.
Yeah, Weeks had a late break on it with the ground ball on the opposite side, which will save a run, but now here comes Zuraki, who homered back in the third inning as ball one will go in the dirt. So now, just like you said, dangerous spot here for Christian Mitchell with the go-ahead run at the plate. Runners on the corners, one away. Double play still in order, but with the shift on, would be very difficult to execute. Mitchell fires that in. Strike one on the outside corner. 1-1 now to Zwaraki. Batting .231 on the year. Home run and struck out swinging in his first two at-bats today. Mitchell the side. Pumps it, throws over to first, checking on the backside runner. Natelli's struggled to throw down today, especially in this cold, and a runner on third. Canisus might try to start up some havoc on the base pass as Mitchell will look in. The 1-1 pitch. High and outside.
I'm honestly surprised Canisus hasn't tried it yet. Try to get that runner moving from first. Try and create some type of a mess for Cincinnati defensively.
Mitchell, long look in. He'll fire. Fouled straight back. That'll even up the count. 2-2 at 90 mile per hour. Good spot right there with the fastball at the top of the zone. So now 2-2 for the Canisus catcher. Trying to do some damage here. Mitchell the sign, fires. Ground ball to Mitchell. Hokiff will have it. He'll tag him out at first base. Run will score. It'll be an RBI single. Hard collision by Hokiff at first base, but it's going to be an RBI.
It's an aggressive tag from Hokiff. Went right into the base path to get him out. Limits the damage. RBI for the Golden Griffins.
So now Andrew Marcello will step up with 2 outs and a runner on second. 5-4 our score now after Canisus will get another run. Mitchell will fire it in. This one's going to be smoked into center field. It'll get down and the wave is on. Donovan Ford fields it. He'll fire it home. Good throw to Natelli, but it was just late. Natelli will fire down the second now, and he's going to get him at second, trying to get second base on the play, and it looks like they are going to challenge this play. The run scored no matter what, so it's 5-5 no matter what the call is. Kind of a swim dive slide, and I think he might have beat it.
I think he was able to just, as you mentioned, swim type tag. I mean, he almost went around it, was able to just avoid the tag, it looks like. it might have just been able to get his right hand into the base.
So it was an RBI single for Marcelo no matter what. They're going to go take a look at it. I don't think it'll be that long of a look. Natelli, smart play to throw down the second on the aggressive base running. But no matter what, Canisus has came all the way back and tied this game at 5.
That was also a great throw from Donovan Ford out in center field to be able to throw it all the way in the air to Natelli at home. Couldn't quite get it in time, but gave Natelli at least enough time to be able to throw it down to second and have a play there. That's a huge run if you're Canisus, though. You're able to claw your way back from being down 4-0 at one point. You got 3 in the third, get 2 more now in the 6th. It's a new ball game.
It really is now in the top of the 6th, tied at 5. Canisius 7 hits to Cincinnati's 10. But the Bearcats bullpen has struggled in this inning with Christian Mitchell in his second inning of work. Kind of a long look here. Obviously, we saw the replay right when the play happened with that swim move. From the vantage point we saw, it looked like he probably was in there. Would be a big out just to get out of the inning. Seems like the Bearcats have been on the field a lot more than this Canisius team the last couple of innings.
They have been. Canisus has done a good job of just working the count with whoever has been in for the Bearcats. It's been Christian Mitchell this inning. Conti towards the end of his outing had a couple longer at-bats. But Canisus just putting the ball in play. I mean, they're getting on base. They're creating some runs just however they can. It's off base hits. It's not off the long ball. It's getting guys on base, knocking them in.
Well, just in this inning alone, Eric Weeks had a double. Caden Miller had a single. Both of those two came around the score. Thomas Aranki had the ground ball out that turned into an RBI. And then Andrew Marcello had an RBI single in the center that he's trying to stretch out to get an extra base after the throw-in from Donovan Ford. Umpires still looking at the call. Here on a chilly day here in Cincinnati, it's only going to get colder. I got to buckle up for the second game of this doubleheader as Mr. Riggs will go over to the broadcast room in Nippert. And
I'm very thankful that I got assigned to game number 2 with how it's feeling out here. I'm praying for you with how that next game could go weather-wise, but
luckily no precipitation so far
That
tonight.
is the very nice thing. We had some issues in the past couple of days with rain. Of course, the game was actually, doubleheader was moved from Saturday to today in fear of rain tomorrow, which the rain, it seems like, has gone out of the forecast. This is a long review as well they're still looking at.
Now they are going to come out, and now the umpires are going to discuss before making the call. And just like you said, a really long discussion, which could be a good sign for the Bearcats. It was called on the field that he was out, and they're going to say he's safe. Crowd does not like it. Marcelo will advance to second on the defensive indifference. And now they'll go back to the top of the lineup. So now Bennett Cox will come up, who already has 2 base hits on the day, the most dangerous hitter. Interesting to see if Bischel potentially could intentionally walk him here with an open base at first base. Bischel's still talking to home plate umpire.
Now, what a break for Canisus to be able to avoid that tag. And it just so happens that now the go-ahead run is on second base in scoring position with your best hitter at the plate.
Yeah.
As Bischel's going to head out to the mound. We'll see if this is the end of the day for Christian Mitchell.
Most likely going to be it, as he will make the call to the bullpen. And we'll take a quick break. Stay right with us here on the Bearcast Sports Network. Back here in the top of the 6th inning, 2 runs for Canisus have tied this game up at 5 apiece. New arm in for Cincinnati Bearcats. It's Carson Marsh.
Yeah, Carson Marsh, he is one of the lockdown guys from the bullpen that the Bearcats have. Works almost exclusively out of the pen for the Cats. He's got 2 pitches, mainly. Really only uses 2 of them. It's fastball, slider. Heavy on the fastball. It's used about 60% of the time. Worked a little bit out of the windup this year. He was all stretched last season. Add on a little bit of weight. No, he's a guy that pitched last year as a freshman, but he didn't look like a freshman. He had a lot of confidence on the mound, came into some big situations. A lot in that TCU series last year at the Bearcats. Got a huge win. And he's got a high pressure situation here. Go ahead run on second. The best hitter of the season up to the plate for Canisus.
Just about to say, high leverage situation here in the 6th inning as Bennett Cox will step in. 2 base hits already today with a runner on second. Pitch is up, and that is going to be strike 1 for his first pitch of the day. Marcelo stands at second, which is the go-ahead run. Cox looks to try to give Canisus their first lead of the ball game. The 0-1. Check swing, they're going to say yes he did. Saw it from all the way up here. 0-2 now on Bennett Cox. 2 straight strikes now for Carson Marsh, looking to close out this top of the 6th inning. From the stretch, here's the 0-2 from Carson Marsh. Just down below, good pitch there with the slider. Like you were saying, 2-pitch guy. Kind of interesting. Really don't see that very often. But if you master 2 pitches and you're very efficient with it, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
That slider has a lot of movement on it, too.
Now the 1-2 to Cox. Swing and a miss. Did he go? They're going to say he did. The check swing is good, and that's the end of the inning. The Bearcats will strand the go-ahead run, but Canisus will put up 2 in the top of the 6th. We are all tied at 5. Brand new game here at Clifton. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Clifton, Cincinnati, and Canisus, both tied at 5 apiece heading into the bottom frame of the 6th inning as Charlie Niehaus will start it off for the Bearcats in this one. As Austin Coots will get back to work for his 2nd inning of work. Niehaus will be 8-9 and then top once again. Niehaus doubled back in the 2nd, who scored and then struck out looking back in the 4th now. As Cutts will get back to work here. First pitch will miss outside. Niehaus squared to bunt, pulled back at the last second. Cutts came out last inning out of the bullpen. Off-speed pitch misses, 75 on the gun. 2-0 now to Niehaus. Hitter's count here. Third baseman kind of creeping up a little bit. Infield's pretty normal, though. Niehaus will sky this one into right field. This one will go out of play.
The loudest sound you're going to hear a foul ball make today, hitting the empty bleachers down there.
2 balls, 1 strike now to Niehaus. 5-5 is our score. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Clifton. Cuts the pitch. That one will miss outside. 3-1 now. Start this inning. Be big to get a leadoff base runner. 3-1 count now. Donovan Ford waits on deck. Cuts the pitch. That'll miss down, and it's a leadoff walk.
Great plate discipline there from Niehaus. It'll work the count. Fouled the one off. No, got to get someone on base to start something for the Bearcats. That's a good start. A little bit of speed on the bases as well. 5 stolen bases on the year for Niehaus.
Speed on the bases and also at the plate as Niehaus will claim first. And now here's Donovan Ford. Singled back in the second with an RBI and also came around to score and flew out to left back in the 4th inning. Now he'll square to bunt. He'll pull that back, ball 1. Again, still in the last 2 contests for the Bearcats. Lots of bunt attempts, but still none have gotten down in over 14 innings of play. And now a pickoff move back to first. Kind of a good move there. Niehaus will get back safe. Niehaus stands at first. Donovan Ford at the plate, 1-0. Dangerous Carrington Cross waits on deck. Ford will lace this one to right field. This one might be trouble. It's going to be over his head, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. Donovan Ford scoots around first. He heads in head first into second. Niehaus will go to third, and Donovan Ford will have a 2-hit day with a double.
Donovan Ford, I mean, one of the sleeper guys for the Bearcats. I really do think he's going to end up being one of the best production hitters for this Cats team just because of how, diverse his hitting is. He can lay down the bunt. He can hit it to the outfield wall like we just saw. I mean, he has such a good swing as well. He's going to be a huge difference maker for the Bearcats this whole season. And now you got your best hitter coming up in Carrington Cross with 2 guys in scoring possession.
And Donovan Ford standing opposite field, but getting it into that wind really just carried it all the way to the wall. Infield in now for Canisus as Kutz will look to fire. First pitch will miss to Carrington Cross. Like you said, the most dangerous hitter for this Bearcats team with 2 men on in scoring position. Carrington Cross already a triple and 2 singles today. Also came around to score back in the first. Now a chance to break this one open once again. The 1-0 from Kutz. That one will catch the outside corner. Nice breaking ball, 75 right on the corner, 1-1.
Now Cross has his average back up above 400 on the season today with his 3 hits, along with OPS above 1,000.
First baseman almost halfway home as that fastball will catch the outside corner. Now 1-2.
It is really interesting how the infield is playing so far in. They're all 4 of them up on the grass. They're going to try and gun down the runner at home if it's in the infield. Allows a chance for a potential bloop single, though.
Well, Kutz now has him 1-2. Good hold there by Carrington Cross. 2-2 now. So Carrington now to another 2-strike count in this one. Kutz trying to get a big first out of this inning with the most dangerous UC hitter up. The 2-2 to Carrington Cross. Good pitch again, but another hold for Carrington Cross. 2 in a row. They've checked at first base umpire Sal Gumajaro. But he says he did not go. Full count now to Carrington Cross. Tommy O'Connor waits on deck for the Bearcats. 2 men on, nobody out here at the bottom of the 6th. 5-5, Canisius and the Bearcats. Kutz gets the sign. He'll fire the full count pitch. That one's going to hit Carrington Cross. And it's going to be a hit by pitch as that will load the bases.
That is a huge miss if you are Kutz. I mean, you had to find the strike zone there. 3-2, got inside on him. Whether it hit him or not, it's ball 4, even if it didn't. Loads the bases with nobody out. And a man by the name of Tommy O'Connor is coming up to the plate.
So pitching change here for Canisius in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, no doubt for the Bearcats. We'll take a quick break. Stay right with us. Bottom of the sixth inning, Cincinnati threatening bases loaded and nobody out as a sidearm slinger will come in as Joe Aberson on the season. Only one out he has recorded so far this season, so only one batter faced.
This is a high-pressure situation to be thrown into. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the sixth. One of the best hitters for the Bearcats, a power guy stepping in. Great test.
It'll be a very interesting thing to see, especially a guy who's only faced one batter so far in the 2025 campaign. But nonetheless, bases loaded for Tommy O'Connor as the first pitch will miss down for ball one. Cross at first, Donovan Ford at second. And Niehaus will stand at third. Tommy O'Connor in the box, lefty and lefty. O'Connor's will foul that away, 1-1. This is just a dangerous inning now here for Canisus with no one out. This could be a big inning for the Bearcats. One base hit could just notch two to get the lead back. Pitch. Tommy O'Connor will swing at a nice slider there. Joe Abramson has a bit of that sidearm submarine slinging arm slot. And from the left side, kind of wonky.
This is not an easy matchup for O'Connor at all because of that.
The 1-2. This one is driven high to right field. Back over is the right fielder who will make the grab. He'll throw it into right field. Ford will get up standing. And now great hustle by Carrington Cross, who will tag up from first. But Tommy O'Connor will have a sac fly, and an RBI will come across.
Heads up play there from Carrington Cross. The first run scores. Ford advances to third, and Cross gets to second on the throw that was intended to get Ford at third. And great heads up play and hustle from him. Now you got Viderick with one out, two in scoring position. Takes a double play away.
Yeah, great job just showing the veteran presence there from Carrington Cross. Tommy O'Connor didn't quite get into that ball like he would want to. 85 exit velocity, but still gets the run in. So the Bearcats reclaim the lead. Viderick will take ball one. He's had a great day so far. He's singled, he has walked, and he has hit a double. He has scored in two of those appearances, also having an RBI and a stolen base back in the first. And that will be fastball right down Broadway, 1-1.
Yeah, Canisus made a huge impact in that top half of the inning, just gained some momentum and tying the ball game. The Bearcats have had a great response. They can add even more here.
Viderick will send this one to right field. Not a great read by the right fielder. He'll glove it, and then it will come home nowhere close for Donovan Ford. It'll be back-to-back sac flies for the Bearcats. Carrington Cross takes put at second. Kind of an awkward route by Weeks there for his second. Ball almost got over his head, but it'll be a sac fly for Viderick, and it's 7-5.
That looked like trouble off the bat for Weeks. I mean, he truly didn't get a good jump on it at all. Had to scramble almost to get underneath it. Made the play. Another run comes in for the Bearcats. See if they can add one more.
So two men have scored on back-to-back sac flies by O'Connor and Viderick. And now Jack Natelli will come in. He struck out, grounded to third, and singled with an RBI back in the fourth. First pitch misses, ball one. Bearcats, who have been leading the whole game, they were just tied, but they have put two more on the scoreboard. Third inning, they have put up 2 runs. They have scored in every inning except the third and the fourth so far. As Natelli has a 1-0 count, the pitch down below, 2-0. Good at bat.
You know, Jordan Bishel mentioned that college baseball is such an offensive game. It runs through the hitters at the plate. Oftentimes you don't have pitching matchups where they're higher or they're lower scoring. It's more than often a higher scoring game like this one is, where we already had 12 runs through 6 innings. And a lot of times it comes down to those pitchers you have late in the game. And the Bearcats we've already seen have gone into their bullpen with Christian Mitchell, Conti, and then Carson Marsh. We'll see how much depth they have left in there.
That'll be a 4-pitch walk for Jack Natelli. So another base runner for the Bearcats. Now 2 men on. Abramson's kind of done his job, though, up to this point, coming in with bases loaded, nobody out. He's given up 2 outs, but unfortunately they're both sac flies. He'll walk Natelli there. Dawson Hokiff will come up now. He had a leadoff double in the first with an RBI. He grounded to first base in the third and then struck out back in the fourth. So he'll come up now in the 6th inning with 2 men on, 2 away, as Abramson will pump it in. That will miss. 5 straight balls now for Abramson.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he was thrown into a terrible position there with bases loaded, nobody out. He's making the best of what he could do. I mean, got the 2 outs, just happened to score 2 runs on both those. He's got to find a way to get out of here without allowing too much to happen.
Abramson will awkwardly step off the rubber for a moment for time. Hokuf now in a 1-0 count here with runner on first and second. Natali stands at first, Carrington Cross at second. The pitch to Natali, or Hokuf, excuse me, that would be in the dirt. Ball 6 now in a row for Abramson. 2-0 count to Dawson Hokuf, the first baseman.
You mentioned that awkward step off he had. That's kind of one of the downsides of this awkward delivery he has. He sets the ball almost at the middle of his body with these bent all the way over. I mean, it's a strange kind of set.
Yeah, having your arms up there like that as well, you really can't even pick off. It's kind of a interesting wind-up, that long step towards the plate. Hokuf will foul this away, 2-2 now as he sends that off the brick side to the left side. Now 2-2 down to Dawson Hokuf, batting .250 so far here in the 13th game of the 2025 season.
I would love to know where Abramson got that delivery from. Where did he somehow develop that awkward stance?
And the dirt, good stop there by the catcher. And it'll be another full count now. Abramson threatening to load the bases now. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Pitching's obviously all about mechanics, and you kind of pick up things as you go. I'm sure that was probably something that he developed either in high school or early in college. Full count now to Dawson Hokuf. With Natali on first and Carrington Cross at second. That'll be in the dirt, and that'll be a walk. Good at bat right there by Dawson Hokuf to draw the walk. As Natali will advance, Carrington Cross will advance to third as well. And now the bases are juiced, and now head coach Matt Mazzarek will come out to the mound for yet again another pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th. Stay right with us here at the Bearcast Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, bases are loaded once again here in Clifton. A new pitcher in for Canisus. It is Ethan Hennessy.
Yeah, Ethan Hennessy coming into the game, 7.36 ERA. Opponents are batting .250 as runners on base against him. Also .250 with 2 outs. 0-1 on the season. Only 3 1/3 or 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Huge opportunity for Cal Sefcik.
4th pitcher into the game now in for Canisus. Both teams have now put 4 arms in. But like you said, Cal Sefcik has a huge spot here. Bases loaded as he'll take the first pitch off his foot foul ball. 2 outs, bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. Cats have already put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, 7-5. Cats lead it here on a cold Friday afternoon. Hennessy will fire, and that'll be up, elevated, 1-1. Sefik has walked twice today. He's also popped to the catcher in foul territory. Walked back in the 5th inning. Hennessy's pitch. This one's ripped into left field, base hit. That one came screaming off the bat. 1 run will come in. Natelli will come in as well. It is 9-5, 111 off the bat right there from Sefik.
An absolute laser right through the left side of the infield. An explosion of runs for the Cats in this bottom half of the 6th inning. Knew they needed some offense to answer Canisus. Loaded the bases multiple times, and Sefik delivers. 2-run single, and he's going to get a pinch run for.
Absolutely smoked off the bat of Sefik. Like I said, 111 exit velocity into left field. But the Cats have now put up 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. 9-5 they lead, and they're still threatening as Loudon Brooks will come in. He has kind of struggled today. 2 strikeouts, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd, but he did single back in the 5th, and now a chance for him to try to add on to his tally today as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Pitts on first will be the pinch runner. Hokiff will stand at second. Lon Brooks' first game back from injury. The 0-1 from Hennessy. This one is up the middle, and it's going to be gloved by Hennessy. He'll run it over to the bag. Flips it the first and the inning, but the Cats put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'll strand 2, but a great inning for the Bearcats. 9-5, they lead it, headed to the 7th.
Top of the 7th inning here from UC Baseball Stadium. The Bearcats added 4 in the bottom half of the 6th. They now lead this one 9-5 over Canisus. Carson Marsh stays in the game after coming in the 6th inning. Changing defensively for the Bearcats. Derek Pitts will take over in left field, replacing Cal Sefik. After Sefik had the RBI single in the bottom half of the 6th. Glassford's going to lead it off for Canisus to start off the 7th. 0 for 2 on the day. A walk, a strikeout, and a flyout. First pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0 count.
It'll be a big inning here from Marsh coming out, obviously out of the pen last inning, but Bearcats put up 4 runs in the bottom half of the 6th, so you want to keep that momentum going for your team. Try to get yourself and get these bats back in the dugout.
Marsh in the windup for the first time we've seen. Missed that one high after getting one in. 2-1 count. It was all stretch last year in 2024. He's developed a windup now this year. That one's fouled off. Count will go 2-2.
If I'm not mistaken, he was from the stretch last inning.
He was, because there was a runner on base.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if he was mixing it up, but yeah, very interesting.
The 2-2 pitch on the way. That one's inside and low. They'll go for a ball, 3-2 count.
I know what I did in high school was when I was a starting pitcher, I'd go for obviously from the windup, but going into relief.
3-2 is grounded to the shortstop. That's Nihas, throws across the diamond, gets him out, 1 down in the inning.
Moving into relief, I went from the stretch pretty much full time. So kind of interesting to see how he's developed a windup, because obviously at least I feel like it's so much more natural mechanics-wise just to go from the stretch. Not as much body movement, but good job recording the first out there.
J.C. Spinoza enters the box. 4th at bat of the night. He's 0 for 2 though with a walk, ground out, and a fly out. Marsh kicks, delivers. That one gets past Natilli for a ball. 1-0 count.
Canisius' team's just been kind of getting the air just deflated out of them throughout this game. Obviously, they were down 4-0 early. They came storming back, but then the Bearcats put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. So it's hard to put life back into your team when you have that much of a shift in momentum on a consistent basis.
2-0 count to Spinoza. 2nd pitch missed low. 3rd pitch on the way. Marsh delivers it. That one's in for a strike. 2-1 count.
Good pitch right there. 91 right on the corner. Good call by the home plate umpire right there, but just a better pitch from Marsh.
Marsh deals. That one's low. 3-1 count. Hitters count to Spinoza. Canisus tied the game last inning. Now heading out of the inning, they trail by 4. Marsh goes into his windup, kicks, delivers. That one's in the zone. Loads the count at 3-2.
Great pitch right there. Spinoza thought he had a walk, but now full count. Be pretty sweet if Marsh can lock him up here with a strikeout.
3-2 count, 1 out. Spinoza at the plate. The pitch is fouled off behind the catcher. Do 3-2 again. Marsh into his windup, the 3-2. That one misses low. Spinoza's going to reach on a walk. Be 1 on with 1 out.
Yeah, it's tough to lose him there. 1 runner on with 1 out. Setting up the double play here for the 3-hole hitter, or 4-hole hitter Rumley, who has 2 ground balls to the infield today, so double play could be in order here.
He's got those 2 ground balls. He's also got a 2-run double to go along to his total. 1 for 3 on the day. Marsh sets on the mound, back in the stretch. Looked back at first. A little bit of movement there from Spinoza. Kicks, delivers. That one's inside. High and tight fastball. 1-0 count. Infield shifted to the left. 2nd baseman Brooks playing more towards the bag. Usually would. The 1-0. Across the plate for a strike. 1-1 count. Cross playing a little bit more towards the bag, while Nihas playing somewhat double play depth, maybe a little bit to his left. Check back at Spinoza at first, not in time.
Good move there from Marsh. Spinoza kind of bouncing around over there, trying to catch him off guard here.
Long look from Marsh over to Spinoza. Now he sets on the mound in a stretch. Rumley waits, the pitch. Good, breaking ball right in the zone for strike 2.
That's nasty. Slider breaking in on you when you're a right-handed batter, 83, right down Broadway, 1-2.
Marsh on the rubber, looks at first at Spinoza. Sets. Rumley waits. The pitch. Chop swing at it towards the 2nd baseman. Brooks slides, makes the play. What a play from Loudon Brooks. A slow chopper at him. He's able to make the play, and there's 2 out in the inning.
Unbelievable play by Brooks, but how did he get a piece of that? It seemed on the tracker, the ball wasn't even in the zone, but he was like, ball was in on him. He kind of like, I don't even know how he made contact.
It's a weird hand placement. Almost had to drop the bat fully down like a golf swing.
Yeah.
So that 2 down in the inning, runner on 2nd. That's Spinoza. In the box is Josh Niles. Niles is 0 for 1 on the day. 2 walks, Walk in the second, walk in the third. First pitch was in for a strike, 0-1 count to him. Marsh sets on second. Swing and a miss on that one. 0-2 count.
That's nasty. Slider outside the zone at 84. Have him on an 0-2 count now. You got any pitch you want. But I guess it just comes down to 2.
Marsh sets. Strong lead for Spinoza on second. No one around him. Looks back at him, delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Smothered by Natilli. Keeps the runner at second. Marsh trying to keep this a scoreless inning. Keep that 4-run lead intact. 12 hits, 9 runs for the Bearcats, 7 hits, 5 runs for Canisus. The 1-2 pitch. Just outside the zone. A little bit up and away. 2-2 count.
Yeah, Crowd wanted the strikeout there.
.25 pitches in this outing for Marsh. 26 on the way. Looks back at second while set. Kicks, delivers. That one's in the dirt as well. Full count, 2 outs. Runner on second. Doubt Spinoza gets moving here, but you never know. Spinoza gets a long, deep lead on second. Marsh sets. Niles awaits the pitch. It's sent. Just misses high. Ball 4. It's going to be 2 on, 2 out for Canisus.
Yeah, I don't know where that missed. I mean, it says it's a little bit outside, but he's been calling that outside corner all day, so pretty frustrating that he can't ring him up.
It's going to bring up the right fielder, Eric Weeks. Weeks, of course, had the double earlier in the game. Threw out a Bearcat at home earlier as well. First pitch is in for a strike, 92-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer part of the zone.
Seemed like pretty similar spot to the last one he called a ball.
Marsh slips his pace a little bit, sets on the mound, kicks, here comes the pitch. Grounded to Carrington Cross. Cross going to take it himself to third. That's going to retire the side. A scoreless inning for Canisus, and the Cats take their 9-5 lead into the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here in Cincy. Bearcats lead 9-5 here, bottom of the 7th inning over Canisus. The Bearcats looking for their 7th win of the season. Leading off for the Bearcats will be Charlie Niehaus. Niehaus on the day is 1 for 2. He's got a walk and a double, along with a strikeout looking. Ethan Hennessy still on the mound for the Golden Griffins. First pitch is fouled away. A 1 count to Niehaus. Nihas, of course, the local product out of Westchester, Ohio, went to Muller High School. You mentioned off air the strong team Muller's had historically, baseball-wise, in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, the baseball down here is pretty good. In the high school level, obviously Mason Division I state champions last year, Muller Division I state champions the year prior. So those two programs have been historically very, very good. But just especially in the last couple of years, obviously Jake Hanley for Mason won Gatorade Player of the Year last year. And obviously he graduated, but Zion Theopoulos for Muller is an LSU commit. He is probably one of the best high school pitchers I've ever seen.
2-2 count to Nihas. 2-1 found the zone. Steps back into the box. Hennessy sets on the mound. Hennessy delivers. Pitches low. 3-2 full count to Nihas.
But man, what a sweet sounding name for the pitcher. I mean, Hennessy, that's just has a nice ring to it, especially coming from a broadcaster's perspective. So
Hennessy sets on the mound, kicks, delivers. That's outside, ball 4. Nihas on with the leadoff walk. Be a runner on for the Bearcats, as that's going to bring Donovan Ford back into the box.
yeah, Donovan's had a really good day today. He had a RBI single back in the second where he came around and scored, flew out to left, and also had that double back last inning who came around and scored again. So he's had a pretty good day so far. Hopefully he can continue.
Ford's batting .318 with runners on base so far this season. Lays down the bunt down the first baseline, goes just foul.
Almost.
He squared up so many times in the past 2 games, finally got one down. Trying to use his speed.
I mean, he was flying. Like, even if he bunted it right back to the catcher, I feel like it would be a close play.
No doubt one of the fastest guys on the roster. Might be helping, he's wearing the Jordan 1 cleats as well.
Yeah, pretty sweet, especially matching with the bright red jerseys today.
Be interested to see what uniforms they pull out in game number 2.
I was just thinking that.
My guess will be white. I don't have any intel, but we'll see. The 0-1 to Ford, inside, almost hit him. I don't know how that missed him.
Right at his feet.
1-1 count.
Interesting to see if he'll lay down another bunt. Just trying to swing away with already 2 base hits today.
Corner infielders playing in towards the grass. Not quite crashing, swing and a miss. Swung right over top of that 79 mile an hour breaking ball.
Yeah, almost 9 inches of vertical break there. That was a pretty nasty pitch, especially coming from the sidearm slot to a righty hitter.
Hennessy sets on the mound. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off by Ford, will stay alive.
I don't know how he made contact with that pitch. Another slider outside, even more. Donovan just stuck his bat out that time, just made contact, kept himself alive.
Hennessy steps back on the rubber. Soft lead and first from Nihas. Swing and a miss from Ford. He'll go down swinging. Hennessy dunks that home like LeBron. There's 1 down in the inning.
Now top of the order with a runner on, Carrington Cross, who's been really efficient today. Already a triple, 2 base hits, hit by pitch. He's also scored in the 6th and 1st inning. So trying to continue his amazing game today.
Carrington will step in. Hennessy sets on the mound. Nihas still on first. First pitch nails him right in the back. Almost went behind him. There'll be 2 on. As Carrington Cross reaches base for the 5th time today.
2nd time in a row he's been hit by pitch. That one actually got, I believe, his arm guard, but like you said, almost went behind him. Now he's reached 5 times today, and it's only the 7th.
On base merchant today. As Tommy O'Connor will come back up, searching for his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 2 with a sac fly, or 2 sac flies rather, for 2 RBIs. Hennessy sets, soft lead from Nihas. First pitch is in, it's outside.
And even though he hasn't been able to get a base hit, those are just good jobs at getting the baseball in the air, allowing for the RBIs. Obviously, 2 sack flies. It's a really big difference in the game.
Wind has somewhat settled down here at UC Baseball Stadium. The 1-0. Called a strike. That looked outside.
Yeah.
That outside strike has been hit or miss today.
That one seemed to be about 2 balls off the plate there and away from him.
Hennessy, the 1-1, lasered into right field by Tommy O'Connor. That's down. That's going to score at least 1. Tommy O'Connor, RBI double, carrying and cross into third.
Great job at O'Connor being able to get that into right field. Good hustle by Carrington Cross to get all the way to third and another RBI. Third one of the day for Tommy O'Connor.
2 runners in scoring position now for Landon Vitterick. Huge opportunity for the Bearcats to blow this one open. Lead now sits at 5. Cincinnati 10, Canisus 5.
And Vitterick's also had a really good game. 2 base hits today and also a walk, and also has a sac fly.
Infield in. First pitch in for a strike. Watched it go by. Same spot as well in that outside corner.
2 RBIs today for Vitterick. Has reached 3 out of the 4 times.
Hennessy sets the 0-1. Outside. Might have been a little high as well.
Always dangerous when you throw an off-speed pitch high like that. If you get that in the zone, Vitterick could take it for a ride.
Hennessy sets. Decent lead from Cross on third. That one's lasered into the dugout of Canisus.
And it looked like to be slider right at the knees, kind of in on his hands, so wasn't able to turn on it. And 1-2 count.
Vitterick also with 2 RBIs in this game already. Sac fly in his last at bat. Hennessy sets 1-2 count. The pitch. That one's later to the first baseman. Tags him out at first. Throws home. It gets past him. Currying across scores. Tommy O'Connor's going to challenge too. O'Connor to the plate. That ball gets away. 2-run score on the infield ground out by Landon Vitterick.
Just absolute chaos on the base pass. Good job by the first baseman, Niles, to field it. He tagged, got the out, threw it a little bit wide of the catcher, and then on the other throw, the catcher, Zaraki, seemed to have a little bit of mishandle, threw it right past Hennessy, and 2 runs will somehow score off of a simple ground ball.
Bearcats extend their lead to 12-5. Now a 7-run deficit for the Golden Griffins. It's only 2 runs to make up for, or two innings to make it up. Jack Natilli steps into the box, takes the first pitch strike. A 1 count.
Bases are cleared now for Hennessy with 2 away, but 2 more are going to score. Now 3 runs here in the 7th inning, and Bearcats' last 2 innings have just been putting it on them.
That one missed just outside. An error was given to Canisus as well on the Tommy O'Connor score, throwing error. Pitches in for, make the count go 1-2. One-two count to Natilli. Hennessy outside. 2-2 count.
And Telly needs to try to work this count here. Obviously, get the guys in, you kind of reset now, no one on. But good eye to work this to a 2-2 count.
Hennessy sets on the mound, kicks, delivers. Ground ball sent into the UC dugout. Going back and forth on which dugout has to scatter. Was the first error of the day against Canisus. Each team now having 1. Tilly in the box. Hennessy kicks, delivers. Foul ball sent off the right side. It's going to go out of play.
And Telly just needs to square one up. He's found him away on each side, but once he can finally get the barrel to it, he can try to give it a ride.
Deuces everywhere. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Hennessy sets, kicks, delivers. That hit Natilli, and he's going to reach base.
And another hit by pitch by Hennessy. Second of the inning. And Attili takes one off the leg. I'm sure that one hurts. And head coach for Canisus is going to come out, and they're going to have another pitching change.
It's going to do it for Ethan Hennessy. So the bottle's empty tonight. Pitching change incoming for Canisus. Forget a pitching change. They're going to keep Hennessy in the game to finish out this inning. Runner on first is Attili. Hocuff is going to come up to bat with 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, kind of interesting, like you said off air. It seemed like everyone except head coach Matt Mazarek thought there was going to be a pitching change. I actually saw the Canisus reliever start to run in, and then he stopped.
Might be the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, so really interesting that Hennessy's going to stay in the game here.
So Hennessy sets on the mound, trying to work out of this jam. Sent right up the middle, a laser base hit for Hocuff. That's going to put 2 on, 2 out. Bearcats continue to pile it on here in this half inning. Hocuff with another hit, and that's going to bring up Derek Pitts for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and I just saw it visibly in the Canisus dugout. Head coach Matt Mazarek is just livid. I mean, came out there, probably told Hennessy, come on, we just need one more out to get out of this inning, and then gave up a base hit on the first pitch, and just like you said, a pinch hitter here.
The freshman from St. Louis, Derek Pitts, the speedy outfielder, hits that one towards center field. Getting underneath it is Marcelo, working inside, and he retires him. That'll retire the side, but not after the Bearcats put a 3 spot up in the bottom of the 7th. They now lead this one 12-5 over Canisus. We'll be back shortly with the top of the 8th inning here on Bearcast Sports Radio.
Top of the 8th inning here in Cincinnati. The Bearcats put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 7th. They lead it 12-5 as a new arm in for Cincinnati, and it's Ty Barnett who will come into the game. 3.37 ERA on the season with 2 2/3 pitched. Bearcats trying to continue to try to close this one out here in the 8th.
Yeah, Barnett's a 3-pitch guy. He's got fastball, changeup, and slider. And I got to talk to former Bearcat pitcher Zach Siegel. And when he was talking about Ty Barnett, he was saying he's a guy that needs to throw with some conviction. He's got to have his off speeds with some force in there. He can't be scared to throw him. He's got to throw him where he know he can put him. Can't be scared to face some of these guys.
So Caden Miller will lead it off for Canisus here in the 8th inning. He'll take the first pitch, and that's going to be fair down the left field line. And he will have a leadoff stand-up double to lead off the top of the 8th inning.
What a start for Miller. I mean, squares up the first pitch, a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate, turns on it, sends it down the line. I mean, that was beautiful.
Everyone was kind of stunned. It was just the first pitch, and it just got fair. So now runner on second base for Thomas Zaraki. Homered back in the second inning. Had a ground ball to first. That was an RBI in the sixth, and also struck out swinging in the third. Now a runner on second to start off this inning. Zaraki will take the first pitch high to right field, back on the track, and this one is going to be caught on the wall by Vederick. Thrown back in, the runner advances to third base on the fly out to right, but that one was almost trouble.
Not much room to work with there if you're Viderick. I mean, his back up against the wall. Runner advances on the tag. Marcelo's got a chance to knock one in. Good test for Barnett early. 2 pitches, 2 balls put in play.
Just about to say, only 2 pitches thrown here this inning, and already 2 balls put in play. So now here comes Marcelo, the 9-hole hitter for Canisus, with a runner on third to try to make the score look a little bit better. So that one's fouled straight back, 0-1. Marcelo on the day reached on an error to first base, struck out looking in the third, and also had an RBI single back in the 6th inning. Bennett Cox, the leading hitter for this Canisus team, stands on deck. Barnett's pitch misses down below, 1-1. One away here in the 8th inning in game 1 of the doubleheader between Canisus and Cincinnati today, the first 2 of a 4-game set this weekend here in the Queen City. Barnett's pitch is going to be driven and almost hit Miller, who was leading off from third base. That'll go foul. 87 exit velocity, almost dangerous.
That was a rocket down the left field line. Putting good contact on these balls being pitched by Barnett.
So now the 1-2 from Barnett. That will miss outside. 2-2 now. Marcelo batting 133 on the year. It's 1 for 3 today. Miller stands 90 feet away at third. Swing and a miss, struck him out. As Barnett will notch his first strikeout out of the pen.
Touch 90 on that fastball. I mean, that was perfectly placed too on the outside part of the plate.
So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th, and we'll flip back over as Bennett Cox will come in. 2 for 4 today, 2 base hits, 2 stolen bases, and also scored. He struck out back in the 6th inning. Barnett's pitch will be right down the middle, but it was a little bit high, and it'll be ball 1. Do not want to give Cox anything to hit here. He's averaging .429 so far through their first 7 games. That one's going to miss in the dirt, 2-0. Almost seems like might be an intentional walk maybe. Don't want to give him anything to hit here with an open base at first. So now 2-0 from Barnett. That one's going to be fouled down the left field line, strike 1. Well, the true freshman, who we said pregame won Metro Athletic Conference Rookie of the Week, batting just over .410 in his first week of action in the college baseball world. As Barnett will miss outside, 3-1 now. Cox looking to reach for the 3rd time today. Two away in the top of the 8th. 12-5 Bearcats lead. The pitch will be sent high into the infield. And that will be Brooks, who will call him off, make the grab, and the side is retired in the top of the 8th. Bearcats lead at 12-5, headed to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning, Bearcats lead it 12-5 over the Canisus Golden Griffins. New pitcher in for Canisus, the 5th arm out of the bullpen today. Tyler DeBrocki will step in, who has not pitched so far this season, so his first appearance of the 2025 year. He will face Brooks, Nihas, and Ford. 7-8-9 here in the 8th inning. Loudon Brooks, who struck out twice, singled back in the 5th, and then grounded out to the first baseman back in the 6th inning. First pitch will be in there, strike one. Talked about it a lot, Brooks coming out of injury. Back 333 in his few games played. Brooks will foul that one off. It'll be 0-2 into the new athletic facility.
First dent on the side of the building.
You would think that material is probably pretty tough. Next to the baseball
you would think. I'd hope they thought about that, but never know. It'd be cool to have a wall of foul ball dents.
Yeah. No one misses up. 1-2 now to Loudon Brooks. Tyler DeBrocki's first inning here in 2025. Here in the 8th inning of game 1 of the doubleheader. The 1-2. Brooks will send this one deep to left field. Back on the track, he will make the grab as Cox will retire him. And a nice ride. Loudon Brooks hit the ball, but it will be out number 1.
Put great contact on it. That was 96 off the bat. Just didn't get enough of it necessarily to put it in the right place. I mean, it was sent right to the left fielder, Cox.
Yeah, 96 exit velocity on the off-speed pitch. And now Charlie Niehaus will step in, doubled and scored in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. He walked and came all the way around the score back in the 6th, and then walked and came around the score back in the 7th in back-to-back innings as he'll take ball 1. So 3 innings and 3 at-bats for Charlie Niehaus. That's pretty hard to do.
And you see him square up on that one, too. The bottom half of this lineup when it comes to generating offense with small ball is so impressive when you got Nihas and Ford, who's done it already today.
Niehaus will send it up the middle. Tough play for the shortstop over there. He makes the grab, throws it back over to first, but Niehaus will beat it. It's an infield single.
Hustle play right there. Infield single, sends it right up the middle, past the pitcher. Tough play for the shortstop to make as well. Sending it across the diamond like that.
Yeah, J.C. Spinoza tried to make the play. He was going to his left. He made the initial play, but the throw was just a little late. So Charlie Niehaus has an infield single, and here's Donovan Ford. Donovan Ford has 2 hits today, double and an RBI single. He has scored when he's reached both times, flew out to left and struck out back in the 7th. So Donovan Ford will come in with a runner on, 1 away. As DeBrocki will fire, Ford will swing on the first pitch and foul it away, 0-1. So Niehaus will lead off at first. Infield pretty straight up. Donovan Ford obviously a speedy guy. Always got to be worried about a bunt attempt. Runner will go. Ford will take it low and not even a throw. Easy stolen base for Niehaus. And there is a runner on second.
6th stolen base of the year for Niehaus.
So runner in scoring position now for Donovan Ford. Zaraki had trouble on the transfer. Couldn't even get a throw off. And now Niehaus will go on back-to-back pitches, and he will beat him by a mile. 2 pitches and 2 stolen bases for Charlie Niehaus. He'll go to third, and also 2 straight balls in the dirt. So now Donovan Ford has a 2-1 count with the runner 90 feet away, trying to extend this lead. 12-5, Bearcats lead it here in the bottom of the 8th inning. DeBrocki fires, and that'll be in the dirt for the 3rd time in a row. 3-1 now to Donovan Ford, and obviously Carrington Cross on deck. Do not want to put 2 men on.
Yeah, you know, the Bearcats clearly aren't taking their foot off the pedal either with sending Nihas twice on back-to-back pitches. I mean, they're still trying to generate offense and improve the 7-run lead.
So now 3-1 count for DeBrocki. And the stretch, the fire. This one is hit out to left field. This should be deep enough to score a run. He'll make the grab, not even a throw home. Niehaus will come and score. Donovan Ford with a sack fly. It's 13-5 now with 2 away.
Great piece of hitting there from Ford. Puts the ball in play, gets the run in. Now you got a chance for Carrington Cross to potentially reach base for the 6th time tonight. His on-base percentage is up to 477 with an OPS of over 1,100.
Unreal stats from Carrington Cross. Tripled back in the first, who scored. He singled back in the second, singled in the fourth. Hit was hit by pitch in the last 2 innings in the 6th and 7th, where he has scored both of those times. He'll take ball 1 here. But like you said, trying to reach for the 6th time today. Batting .410 through the first 13 games of the season, as he'll come up for the 6th time today. The 1-0 to Cross. And the dirt flicks way up over the catcher. Now 2-0 to Carrington Cross. Carrington only faced 1 pitch in his last at bat before getting hit in the backside. 2-0 count now to Carrington Cross. DeBrocchi from the stretch. And the pitch. One misses way out. 3-0 now to Carrington Cross. Could be 3 straight walks. Definitely giving him the green light here, though, on 3-0. To Carrington Cross. In the dirt, 4-pitch walk as Carrington Cross will reach for the 6th time today. Kind of unreal statistics.
He's truly just unbelievable how consistent he's being. I mean, it's just so impressive. Such plate discipline. He was just putting the ball in play every single time. His first 3 times up to the plate. Now he's just almost refusing to swing, just getting on base whoever he can. It's so impressive. I mean, I mentioned it earlier, he might be one of the best all-around athletes we have at the University of Cincinnati. I mean, it's so impressive how strong he is offensively, and defensively he's made some great plays today as well.
So a pitching meeting here for the moment. Going back to the 6th inning, Carrington Cross has now seen 7 straight balls. Kind of insane. Obviously the hit by pitch in the 6th, hit by pitch on 1 pitch in the 7th, and then 4 straight here in the 8th, as Tyler DeBrocchi will stay in the game after the pitching meeting. And now here comes Tyler O'Connor, who doubled, had an RBI, and scored back in the 7th inning. He'll come on with 2 outs and 1 runner on for his 6th at-bat of the game. 13-5, 1 swing of the bat from O'Connor here could end it in 8. As now time will be called by home plate umpire Jason Stanham for the moment, and now play will be resumed. O'Connor comes in today, 2 sac flies, RBI double, 3 RBIs on the day for Tyler O'Connor. That ball's in the dirt, and another ball. 5 straight balls now for Tyler DeBrocchi. That one will be finally in there for a strike. So now 1-1 to Tommy O'Connor. 2 away in the inning. Bottom of the 8th. Bearcats lead by 8. Carrington Cross leads off at first. O'Connor at the plate. DeBrocchi fires. That will be just outside. 2-1. 6 balls in his last 7 pitches for DeBrocchi, kind of struggling with command in his first outing here in 2025. O'Connor at a hitter's count now, 2-1, as slow move over there to check on Cross. O'Connor still waiting for that scorching pitch. He hammered his double his last time up, but has not really been able to barrel one up. That will be inside, 3-1 now. DeBrocchi threatening to walk 2 straight now. 3-1 here to Tommy O'Connor, batting .286 on the year. Homered in Tuesday's game versus Toledo. 3-1. This one is fouled straight back, just missed it. Off-speed pitch at the top of the zone. You got to think Tommy's probably kicking himself after missing that pitch.
It's right in his wheelhouse. I mean, hung an off-speed, just got a little too underneath it.
So Cross will be in movement now with a full count and 2 away. 3-2 now from DeBrocchi. That'll be strike 3 called at the knees. And that'll end the inning here in the 8th inning. The Bearcats will add one more, 13-5, going to the final inning.
Final frame here from UC Baseball Stadium. Bearcats lead Canisus 13-5. Canisus holding on to their last life here in the top half of the 9th. Ty Barnett stays on the mound, a defensive switch for the Bearcats. Gulery in at second base, replacing Brooks. The only change so far. Barnett kicks, delivers, check swing, he went. 0-1 count to the batter Glassford. Barnett working fast, back up on the mound. Goes into his windup. Pitches, that's low. 1-1 count.
The Bearcats 3 outs away from claiming this opener against Canisus. And they've kind of had a up and down day today, as they'll swing and miss at that. But obviously we saw 4 runs in the first 2. Canisus came storming back, tied it up, but the Bearcats have just destroyed them in the last couple of innings. 4, 3, and 1 runs in the last 3 innings.
Connor Wading was pinch hitting, and he swings and misses at that one, goes down swinging. 1 down in the inning for Barnett. Second strikeout of the night for Barnett. Spinoza will get his 5th appearance of the night at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's got a walk where he scored. He's also got a walk where he advanced 1 more base. First pitch is inside. Ball 1. Spinoza comes into this at bat. OPS of 857. 1-0 missed outside, makes it 2-0. Barnett kicks, that's lasered to the shortstop. Niehaus going opposite way, throws it across the diamond. What a play from Niehaus to retire him. 2 down in the inning.
What a play by Niehaus, being able to cover that much ground, but also the throw, being smart. Don't have to throw it right to him. You skip it to him for an easy pick, and that's a great play. 6-3, 2 outs.
Last life for Canisus in game 1. It'll be Trent Rumley. So the Bearcats try and get their 7th win of the season and win game 1 of today's doubleheader. First pitch, breaking ball inside. That thing had some movement on it. Ball 1.
16 inches of break right there. That was pretty nasty.
Barnett working quick. Sets, kicks. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Not quite in the zone. 2-0 count.
2 straight 2-0 counts now. Here with 2 away in the 9th.
Barnett kicks, throws, fouled off. 2-1 count. Game 2 of this doubleheader set to start 2.5 hours and 45 minutes after this game concludes. Barnett kicks, bounce fouled off into the practice area. Down to their last strike. For one last time in game 1, deuces are wild on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Barnett kicks, the pitch, fouled off. We'll do it again.
Yeah, 91 on that one. He wanted that one bad.
Rumley staying alive. He's 1 for 4 in the day. 2 RBI double in the third. He's grounded out every other appearance. Barnett back on the mound. Into his windup. The kick, the pitch. Fouled off. Rumley staying alive. Game reaching about 3.5 hours in total length. Barnett lines, kicks, delivers. That one's fouled once again, the 4th foul ball of the at-bat.
Yeah, not making it easy here for him with 2 balls and 2 strikes, but staying alive.
Rumley goes back into the box. Barnett on the rubber. Barnett winds, kicks, delivers. Swing and a miss, and this one belongs to the Bearcats. Barnett closes it out, and the Bearcats win this one 13-5 and take game 1 of the doubleheader.
Yeah, just overall, great game for the Bearcats. Obviously, I talked about how Canisus they did fight, but the Bearcats offense just came out on top. They put up 8 runs in the last 3 innings, which is just pretty unheard of. 15 hits, 13 runs, and man, the offense just came alive today. Game 2 coming up.
So with that, the Bearcats take this one 13-5 over the Canisus Golden Griffins. With that, we'll be back with game 2, just about 30 to 45 minutes. Jack will be on the call for that one. We thank you for listening.